Welcome to the consumers. My name is Greg Warren. It's a very special episode. To my left, Tim Convey.
Hello, good morning.
Tim Country Club Convey.
Oh, boy.
Funnier every time.
Yeah. Also here, regular Sean O'Brien.
Yep, just good old regular Sean.
Yep.
Nothing special here.
Medium.
Just a regular guy in the show.
That's right.
Just here to throw in my 9 cents.
And that would be great if we got 9 cents out of you.
Thank
What
you.
we like to do on this podcast every now and then, we like to take an undiscovered comedian, somebody who needs a boost in their career, and really give them a platform. So we have with us our old friend, Nikki Glaser.
Yeah, all right.
This is awesome.
What a treat.
Yeah, thanks for doing this. Nikki,
Heck yeah.
if you guys don't know, is pretty much killing it. She is killing it. Next big project, the Golden Globes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, special
shooting
before
a special.
then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And do we
then-
know where that special's going?
Yes, but I cannot
Can't talk
say
about it?
yet. It's
Yeah.
not been announced.
Got
People
it.
are just cannot wait to find out.
I know.
And if
Yeah.
I give
I
it
know.
away, they might take it away.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We won't say a word about it. But she killed it as the host of the Golden Globes recently and the Tom Brady roast and several hit comedy specials.
Sure.
The last one was nominated, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got an Emmy nomination and a Grammy nomination, and I won a Writers Guild award.
I think that's probably the coolest
Isn't that
one.
the coolest one?
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I was really it's touched. I mean,
That's
it
awesome.
means the least to the public, but
Sure.
the most to me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that really says something.
It was, but I got to go to the other ceremonies. Like that's why I got to go to the Grammys. And
Oh, yeah.
rip off Benson Boone's like tuxedo. Did you see that
I
moment?
didn't see that.
With
No.
It was a
Heidi
viral
Klum.
moment.
Yeah, come on.
I see
Come
most
on,
of
Greg.
them. I see most
Oh,
of them.
yeah.
Sorry.
Benson
man,
Boone
you
was
gotta-
performing,
You
and
gotta watch TV.
me and Heidi Klum ripped off his tuxedo, and underneath he's wearing this like kind of unitard thing.
Okay.
And it was a big moment because he comes over and sings to us, and it looks like he's just going to like kind of flirt with us, and then we stand up and we choreographed it like right before
Wow.
the show. They were like, we have this idea. And it was so cool because there's so many young, cool starlets at that show. And he chose like the two older ladies that are kind of not associated with music at all to just, he could have had anyone do it.
Yeah.
And he wanted us.
It was
I
awesome.
think
It
it's
was
fantastic.
it was so fun.
So he was like, I want those two to do it.
Yeah.
Really?
It was really cool. It wasn't like people fell through. He was like, I want you guys. And then he asked us to come do it again. What awards was that? It was like the AMAs or something. And Heidi and I were both there again. And we stood up like we were going to rip it off again. And then he like pushed us away.
Yeah,
It was-
that's
it was like-
great.
we got to reprise our role. It was fun.
And I noticed before, because you moved to that table to do that, right?
Yeah.
Because I saw they were doing a wide, and I'm like, why is Nikki at that table? I was so confused by it until the
Yes.
Benson Boone moment.
Yes.
It was awesome.
It was
Greg,
so fun.
you got to see it, man.
Yeah.
You really
yeah,
miss out.
man. I don't.
And
I
then he
don't,
flipped around a bunch.
Yeah, I did. I did.
People make fun of Benson Boone for flipping too much.
No.
Let him flip.
Oh man, if
if you can do that,
he can't. He's not always going to be
and
able to
people
do
are
it.
like, I understand if he can't sing too.
Yeah.
But the guy's got pipes.
Absolutely. And
Man.
flip now because you can't do it forever.
No.
I don't know what any of this is.
But you don't know
Benson Boone is
No.
a singer. He's awesome.
George Benson, familiar with?
Okay,
It's
well,
not.
that's not going to help you guys
It's
there
not
at
at
I don't
all.
know what do you mean he flipped around?
He does like backflips. He's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
the Ozzy
yeah.
Smith of male pop stars.
Yes, he is. And
Yeah.
speaking of Ozzie Smith, Greg did all your accolades, but yesterday we all spent the day at Nikki Glaser Day at the ballpark with the St. Louis Cardinals. Nikki threw out the first pitch. There was a
Yeah,
bobblehead.
man.
If you're watching on video, I apologize to the audio people. We have the Nikki Glaser bobblehead here. We all had a blast.
It was
It was
such
so
an
fun.
awesome
Great, man.
day.
It was so great to have you guys all there.
Nailed the pitch.
The pitch.
The pitch
That's
was the
so
Talk
perfect
us through it.
strike.
Because that goes sour, then we get viral.
We
and then
can
it's
get
all about
viral,
50
I know.
Cent, you said, and
Yeah.
who else?
Baba
is bombing?
Booey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and
we
I've
ended
done
up-
it before and it wasn't great. It wasn't like horrible, but it wasn't good and it ruined my day. Because
That was
it just,
perfect.
Yeah.
I
So
had no
yesterday-
doubt because I'm like, Nikki is so competitive. It's going to be perfect.
No, but those things can go either way because when I'm not good at something and I don't have time to be really good at it, I can really just throw it. Because then the problem is with the first pitch, you either practice a little bit because I can't get good enough to just know I'm going to do well at it. But you can practice a little bit and maybe have a 30% shot of doing something great.
Yeah.
Or you cannot practice at all and just when it goes wrong, you can say, well, I didn't
I didn't
practice.
try.
You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like the classic thing that I always go to, don't try at all. And then when you
Yeah.
fail, you can go like, well, I didn't care. But this, I kind of cared. So it was in that weird, I was so nervous. I was so relieved. After it was over, it felt the same as like after I got done with the Golden Globes monologue. I felt
Really?
this
Oh,
like
wow.
it was that much pressure because it's just all these people watching. It's more about like the men in my life, like men
Chris
in my
was
life.
putting a lot of pressure on you. Wasn't he?
He wasn't. He was doing the thing of like, hey, if we just practice a little bit, I really think this will help. And and he kept saying, but it doesn't matter. Like ultimately, who cares? But then I would throw like a good pitch when we were practicing, and he was like, if you do that, everyone's going to be so happy. And I go, well, if it doesn't matter, why would people be happy? Like if it goes well. So that, but what he meant to say was,
You were cross-examining.
if it goes great, people are going to be excited, and if it doesn't go well, who cares?
Yeah.
But
That was great. You pitched better than the Cardinals yesterday.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that is true.
game.
Yeah, we had a little thing choreographed. If it didn't go well, because we had a suite. It was sweet.
oh, I want to hear this.
It was amazing. We had like food and everything, and there's I don't know how many people were in that suite.
Like
50,
there were supposed to be
50
30, but I think it was like 50.
Yeah, 50,
Yeah.
and there was
Packed
kids, and it was so fun, and all decked out, bunch of celebs. And my thing was if the pitch did not go well, you're going to come up to the suite and everybody was gone.
I would have loved that because that is my worst fear is that everyone kind of can't look at me and everyone's a little bit like, it's okay, and like not talking about it. And so that would have made me so happy.
It was like everybody's gone,
Just
and
really
we
lean
took
into
away
it.
all the food, and we took away all the merchandise, all the bobbleheads. There was just nothing there.
I really now I wish I would have done poorly. That would have been so fun.
Yeah, it's not a Benson Bridges thing or anything, but it's it would've
Close
been-
enough.
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
close.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
would have done like a somersault.
Do people know like how long we've known each other? All of us? I mean, it's insane.
I was thinking about the
No.
way up here. I don't know. I don't think so.
It's,
No.
At least with.
I mean,
her
I
and
live here in St. Louis, but I mean, you guys are my probably oldest friends in comedy, both literally and, figuratively. You really,
Randy
I
liked
was
it.
thinking about
Randy
it.
likes it.
You know that's
Right
gonna
out
be
of
a
the
winner.
gate, you're killing with Randy? Oh my
Oh,
God.
nice.
Yeah, he's
As
the
if
bar.
she didn't have enough going on. She's killing with Randy out of the gate.
But I've known you since, I started open mics here at the Funny Bone in
Like
2000.
18 years old, maybe?
5 or 6. Yeah, I was so young. Isn't it weird when so I was like a baby when I started. You were like, oh, this young kid. And now I'm like 41. Doesn't that make you feel old when like babies get older?
I mean, I didn't until now.
Yeah. Well, I just want you to think about that.
Turned 50.
But it is because you've always kind of been older to me. So
I know.
getting older doesn't change. Like I'm like, yeah, he's older. But
Yeah,
like
no, I mean,
when
you're making it clear.
it's great because I know even little guys that start when I would and it's the passage of time is interesting, I guess. And then Sean,
Yeah.
we met like probably 20 years ago, almost close to that.
9 or 2010. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were on the first open mic I did. And
Oh,
you were
really?
so nice to me. Like
Yeah.
you just were. You talked to me. You said hi. Because I went up, I think, a little after you, and I was clearly nervous. and I
You're
just
probably
introduced
funny. That's
myself.
why.
I actually did all right my first time.
Well, you know what? I'll be nice to anyone. You don't have to be funny for me to be nice to you, but sometimes there are people there that I maybe don't go up to because they just seem unhinged or
Yeah, it's
off their
frustrating.
meds a little bit.
Yeah,
But like,
sure.
I definitely, Andy Woodhull, has he been on the show yet?
Yeah.
Has
Our
he?
only viral clip.
Really?
Yeah, now we're
Yeah.
in hot water over it.
Oh,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah.
Woodall comes on, and he's a Cheez-It expert,
Okay.
enthusiast. So he comes on and he tells everybody, hey, if you want to get the best Cheez-Its, you look at this code and there's a K, and that means it's made in the Kansas facility,
Oh,
and that means you're going to get the better Cheez-Its.
Okay.
This clip, 4 million views. Okay.
Oh my God.
Goes crazy. Okay. Then who does it? BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
Some BuzzFeed guy researches Andy's claim,
And
crosses the country looking at these things, and Woodhull is half wrong. He said he said it was like in the serial number, but it was actually somewhere else, right?
Correct. It's
The
Yeah,
guy
it's
was-
by the expiration date.
Yeah.
So that was
okay.
So we're probably all under heavy lawsuits.
Well, Andy Woodhull said that I was the only one that talked to him after his first open mic. And went up and was like, I love that one joke you did. And he has a memory of that. And that always
Really?
no, I don't think anything in my career makes me happier than when people say, you were nice to me when I
man.
was nobody. Because boy, as someone who had people not be nice to me, do you remember
Yeah.
that forever? When you were no one, who was nice to you?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I didn't think that you predated Woodhull.
I didn't. I went to before I went to my first open mic and performed, I went to an open mic just to watch. And he was, so I was just there to watch with my dad.
Yeah.
And I went up to him after the show and was like, he had a joke about how the next Civil War is going to be over whether you say call it pop or soda, and I thought that was really clever. And
you were just you were in the audience.
I was just like, that was such a good joke, and I didn't know. He said it was his first time on stage though, and that was the first compliment he ever got on a joke.
No way, and it happened to be from you, who had never done stand up.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And I remember doing that show. I don't remember you saying anything really about.
Yeah, nothing stood out to me. I think, I really just gravitate towards jokes about products and food. And when I hear one that really sticks out to me, I just latch onto it. But nothing must have been popping that night. Yeah.
That's all I do.
And I was told never to talk to strange older men. But Annie was like
30 at the time. I was in my mid-30s.
But Greg, you were always so nice to me too, and you just remember who was nice to you before they could get anything from you.
Yeah, it's
Because
funny when
people come around, and then they're nice to you when you can give them something.
Yeah.
And I always go, man, I respected you so much more when I just thought you hated me.
Yeah, when you were just mean.
When I didn't like you, but now I know you didn't like me because I wasn't famous.
Now you're an opportunist. Yeah,
and then I feel I'm always scared of people who don't like me because I feel like they see something that I've been hiding from most people, but they get it. They're like, they got my number, and I'm like scared to even interact with them. But when someone reveals themselves to be nice to me after having a little bit of fame, then I feel like, oh, I have the upper hand. I'm not scared of you anymore because that's so stupid. And you have I just can see through you now, and I have power again.
Yeah. God, I'm glad I was nice to you.
Yeah, but you're nice to everyone, I think, until you get to know them.
That's not good.
Until you I mean, Craig was really nice to you at first, Sean.
At first,
She's just a human being.
And then it comes.
No, it's great. No, because Greg's so mean to me that I come out smelling like a rose in this deal.
You do.
In this
Yeah.
show. So
You do.
So I was saying to you yesterday, I was like, just keep it up. People are like, man, that guy's a monster to you.
It's not. Have you ever had? You reminded me of something when you were saying because you ever had somebody come up to you after a show or something, and they're like, "Hey, like 15 years ago, I reached out to you," or
And you hold your breath.
and just please.
Oh my God, every single time.
And then I'm like, and they're like, "And you were so nice." I'm like,
It really is because. Being a dirtbag comedian, you just question, am I a bad person? Like I have this in any therapy session I'm ever in, we're trying to get at the root of why I feel like I'm secretly a sociopath or a really bad person and I'm hiding it from everyone, maybe even myself. So when you have little evidence here and there of you 20 years ago being a kind person when you didn't need to be, you're like, I guess I'm not so bad.
Yeah.
It's like evidence.
It's evidence, but I shoot it down. Like in the court.
No, you can't shoot it down because you've been that before. And so yourself, like there was nothing to get out of that person. You were just being kind.
Yeah, I always wonder if it's like, am I doing it because I'm a really good person, or is it just because I have this almost OCD thing? It's like, you have to be nice here.
Yeah.
And then you have to be nice. You have to do a good person. I don't want to. But then it's like, but who cares? Because if I was evaluated on what was in my head, I would be a horrible person.
Right.
I would be a terrible person.
Well, I have so many of my, I think it's a girl thing, but I also think it's a comedian thing because I think male comedians are in touch with their feminine side a lot more than normal men, I would say, because you guys are artists. But I think that this need to be liked by everyone, obviously comedians have that, but I have friends that, one of my friends said this girl that she doesn't even like unfollowed her on Instagram, and she didn't unfollow her, but she doesn't like her, and she found out this girl unfollowed her, and she is so upset about it. I'm like, but you don't like her. So I always tell my friends, if you people are allowed to not like you. If I don't want anyone to not like me. That's the core of my being. But then I remember, if I want to reserve the right to not like people, which is a fun thing to have, to just be like, I don't like that person, and just to talk whatever about them, you got to allow people to feel that way about you. It can't be one-sided. So if you just want to like everyone, then maybe you can be mad if people don't like you. But if you get to not like people, people are allowed to not like you. But it's hard.
Yeah. Now, you don't read any comments.
I don't read any comments. Right? Ever.
None.
Not even on my own Instagram.
Interesting. Nothing. You don't touch it.
Nothing. I don't read anything. Sometimes I'll see, I'll be scrolling Reddit and I'll see my name pop up on some subreddit I follow, and your brain just starts reading, and I'll see some kind of word, but I scroll past. It's none of my business. I have to like feel that way. I'm good about making clear cut, like I'm stopping doing this. And I think it was like 2018 that I went down some kind of rabbit hole and felt really bad about myself. And I was like, it's just not worth it. And you don't get the good, but I get the good enough. Friends and family all say nice things to me. And then the good gets back to you in person. But the stuff that people are saying anonymously, it can break your heart, and it's just not worth it. I don't know how people have careers that read the stuff. Do you read comments?
Oh, yeah.
Stop.
I know.
Oh, dude, he's all
Just
over
to be clear, because I am somebody that reads a lot of the comments on you, and in 2018 was a particularly bad year for you. Like seriously.
Yeah, I had that incident.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm saying like since then it's been nothing but good stuff. So you could go back to.
It's wrong. That's why I don't like going on podcasts, because here's the thing: I don't. People are allowed to comment whatever they want, but I don't even like. I realize that when I will watch a video or a reel or something, sometimes before it even kind of pops off, I go to the comments just to see how people are feeling about it, and it can change the way I feel about it. And so I really don't like comments, because I think we all just need to be more aware as consumers that comments will dictate how you watch a video online. I love reading comments. Sometimes it's better than the video itself, but sometimes people go, this isn't funny, bad take. I'm like, yeah, it is a bad take. And it would have been something that I would have maybe shared on my story, but I just get wrapped up in what other people are saying. We just can't help it. And it's, I hate it. But, and as a lady, you just get your looks talked about a lot. And if you try to look hotter and they can tell, they like hate that. And if you look like crap, they hate that too. So you just can't win. So I just don't read them. And it sucks though, because you have fans that want to interact with you. And when I write a comment under someone's thing, I want them to read it if it's a positive thing, but I'm not getting,
I think
my assistant will be like, J-Lo gave you a fire emoji. I'm like, okay, just let me know about who's.
Yeah, those are good.
What old Queer Eye, cast members are writing slay underneath my Golden Globes look. But that's really all that's going on there. We're all just looking for fire emojis.
Man, I don't think I've gotten one of those. Gosh.
Yeah.
No fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Earth and wind.
Yeah. That's more in your wheelhouse, Greg.
Yeah, I guess guys don't get fire emojis a lot unless you're a gay guy, probably.
No, I don't get. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get a lot of I got a lot of negative comments about my eyes on the last special.
What?
Yeah, he gets hit up, but that's about it, though, man.
Mostly J-Lo,
say?
though. Also,
go ahead, Greg. It's your story to tell.
Just lately, just how much makeup is this guy wearing?
Because you have a natural eyeliner
I
in
guess,
your eyelashes?
yeah. I mean, sometimes it was also the lighting was a little weird on the last special, so it did have a little bit. It wasn't.
People love to pop off about that stuff.
Oh, and then I was like, okay, well, they did put makeup on me before a special, and I don't know what they put on there.
Can you imagine the comments if you didn't have makeup on? That's the thing. They don't know what's going on beneath that.
But my headshot, my last headshot, there was no makeup, none.
Yeah.
And that's up, and it's just saying, this guy's wearing I can't get past the eyeliner. I'm like, okay, well, I can't do anything about it now.
You can't get past the eyeliner? Who cares?
Yeah.
And also, everyone would look better with eyeliner. Everyone wishes that they had your dense lashes that appear like eyeliner. That's what girls draw in. And men would look better with it, too.
Yeah, Bowie looked pretty good with it.
Yeah. It's a good look.
I don't know, man.
It is.
It's not positive. It's not
No,
positive.
people are threatened by it.
Yeah. But I just want to say, when you were out there, I said it to somebody in the box yesterday. You did the thing, you threw the pitch, and then you just like waved, and I was like, she just knows how to be a star now.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
The way you look, the way you wave, and all of it. I was like, she just looks like she's had star practice for a long time.
That's interesting.
Which I know that you have. You've been on the biggest spotlights, but it's so crazy to me. I'm like,
you know what? It does. You do. I realize that you do start learning how to pose and how to do certain things. And I'm a student of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And watching her enough and not even meaning to, but emulating that, I would go to her shows and I just feel like, wow, she really cares that we're all here and she makes us all feel like we're just her friends. And what is that? Where am I getting that from? And it's just the smile, it's the wave, it's a lot of those things. And so it's not intentional, but sometimes I find myself doing that just because I know how special it felt on the end for me as a fan. And then, you know, in terms of posing and stuff, that is all. You go to your first like red carpet, you don't know what you're doing at all. And then afterwards I go, why didn't I look up a pose? Why didn't I just look at anyone and just copy that? And you know, when you do photo shoots, I now am hiring someone to come in and tell me how to pose, because a photographer just goes, just go.
Who does it?
It's my next one, because the last one, my hands were all in the wrong places. I mean, modeling is not easy.
Yeah, this thing was weird, I thought.
Where I was no fires on that. It's just, that's so nice of you to say, but I still feel like I'm really awkward and figuring it out.
No, I'll show you awkward. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I mean, real cool and everything on the baseball game, but it's nothing compared to Sean O'Brien got a standing ovation Friday night in Portland, Maine as an opener.
What?
Full on standing ovation.
All right,
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Let's relax. Let's calm
Portland,
down.
Maine, by the way, they're not an easy crowd.
No.
I've been there many
standing
times.
It was a legit standing O as an open. He gets
my
up,
God.
does 25 minutes.
Right.
What do you think brought him around?
I think they're...
Like, what do you think made them? Was it your closer? What gets a crowd that amped?
It was a hot show. It really was.
Was there a fire alarm or what happened?
That's my first guess. That was my first. I was like, wait a minute.
You're thinking of the other show when they were all leaving in the middle of the set. That's not what happened this time.
That's right.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I felt the front row, the first two front rows were just all in.
Yeah.
Which was fun because you can see them. So then my brain's like, oh, I'm killing. Because look, they're the only ones I could see. It really was like the first two rows. So I knew they loved it. And then I just, all right, thank you. And then just they got up. And then it was kind of a snowball effect. So I think really the front row just.
It's rare that everyone decides to stand up at the same time.
True.
That's like if Celine Dion comes back from like a illness or something, everyone's like, okay, we're all going to stand at the same time. But usually a standing ovation is the front rows do it and then everyone follows, but people don't get up.
No,
I mean, there's sometimes I get a standing O, but it's like three people here and there, and it doesn't catch on. So that's a huge deal. And as an opener, I mean, did you get a standing ovation too?
No, but
that's
also
not okay, Craig. Did you tell them, like, you better stand up for me if that just happened for Sean?
He wanted to walk back. I was like, I'll walk by myself, man.
That's so cool, Sean.
I mean, also when I took a bow and I kept doing this
a big.
with my hands.
Well, here's the other thing that you can get a standing ovation as a headliner if you have I would say above B+ set.
Yeah.
And you can even give an A+ and people won't get up. I mean, it's comedy. People aren't usually ovating over
you want
comedy.
To explain what a above B+ set is to Tim?
Sorry, buddy. You were due.
Any examples of it in the room, but I mean, if you do I feel like there's a way to get the audience to give you a standing ovation. All you have to do, because people will. I have a name for it, but it's based on a comedian that I saw do this a lot, so
Bleeding
I can't say the name. What is it?
Bleeding ovations is what Freddie called it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I named it after a comedian, so I can't give the name of it. But I saw it happen over this weekend. I was working with this comedian, and he just kept coming up to me after the show and goes, another standing ovation. That's 7 in a row. And I go, we all know what you're doing. You wait afterwards, and then you keep going, and you do this with your hands, thank you. Oh, my God, I can't believe this. And then they eventually have to leave. No, he was getting teary-eyed about it.
I can't wait till this is over until you tell me.
Oh, it
amazing.
And then I saw another comedian, and I love this move, and it's another person did, and I don't even know if this person knew they were doing it because it's so subliminal. But when you walk out on stage, you just go, "Hey," and you just do this very subtle. You look like you're almost presenting yourself. So I'm for people listening, I'm like waving, and then I'm doing kind of like a get up motion just by twisting my hand, and people just can't help but get up. They don't even know why they're standing. They think, "Oh, I must like her." And it's there's so many things as a comedian I feel like you can do to trick an audience into thinking you are killing harder than you are. And I refuse to do any of them because
No, you don't.
I don't. I
don't put
run
any
off
mustard
stage.
on it.
When I get off stage, I sprint off stage because I feel like people have to get home to their babysitters. Like, I can't milk this. Like, there's nothing more annoying to me than just the milking of applause after every joke. Like, I step over people's laughs. I just don't. I don't know. I would like to watch a special with no laugh. I just want to get to the next joke. I sometimes do 10
Tim
times
and Sean
10
got something
seconds
coming
ahead.
out soon.
Yeah, see it in 3 weeks.
It's actually very good. We're very proud of these guys. They got a little special on Nateland, both of them coming out.
I know. I'm so excited.
Sean, I didn't mention with the stand ovation. He did his set, and I've never seen this before. He goes, "Hey, before I get off, I'd like to sing Lee Greenwood's "Proud to Be an American."
Oh my God.
Yeah, which is
Well, it
might
just
have
felt right.
something
It just
to
felt
do with
appropriate.
It. Yeah.
I didn't know you,
You know,
had a
it
good
was-
voice.
No, I don't. But I was just
but
so good
it's-
at stage. I was so good at stage that I could get away with that. So.
No, I was really proud of him. And
That's
Brendan,
really cool, man.
Brendan Ayer was back
Yeah,
there
it was-
with
no, it
me,
was fun,
our
man.
buddy, and he's
That's a
like,
big
he's getting a
moment.
standing ovation.
I
man."
don't think I've ever had a. There's no question. I'd never had a standing ovation as a
What?
middle act.
Oh, as a middle act.
No,
Yeah,
I mean that's
okay.
pretty
Yeah, no,
unheard
it's-
of.
yeah, he was the first guy.
That's
there was no MC. He was the
crazy.
first guy. It was,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
it was huge, and his family was there.
Oh
He had-
my God.
Yeah, so
now
were they-
he-
did they
now
have a
they
hand
think
in it?
now they think he's like a hero.
They
Yeah.
should. That's a big deal.
Yeah, they do. I was like, we gotta
Yeah.
lower the bar.
It's
on
nice
that
to have
show.
those moments where your family
That's the only
sees
thing.
people like you. That's why we do it. I mean, I really think that's why I do it, is just to be like, look how much everyone
Looky.
likes me. And my mom famously always at shows when it's a sold out theater or something, my big shows that I fly her out to just so she can see it. She always goes, "Nikki, I can't believe all these people love you. I can't believe it. I mean, who thought all these people would love you?" She's like, she always hears me quote that. She goes, "You take that the wrong way." I go, "No, I think I'm hearing you loud and clear. You can't believe people love me. It seems insane to you."
She was so
amazing.
proud of you yesterday.
She's
though,
so proud.
Man.
You're
Yesterday-
so cool.
And then
Nikki, you're cool.
Yeah.
She always tells me I'm cool, which is that's a great compliment from my mom. She knows what's cool.
Was yesterday. I think you were doing something. And I think I was talking to someone. She shushed me, man, when you were like,
Oh my
like,
God.
yeah, it was great. And I was like, she should. I think I was
Yeah.
trying to make a joke to Josh or somebody. And
How
she's like,
dare you.
She was. It's because it was a little hard to hear you in the
Oh,
box.
yeah.
And
Oh.
so she was like, she wanted to hear every word that you
That's
said.
so sweet.
Yeah, and then I
She's
was-
so supportive.
She was
really lucked
so
out.
proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if what I'm gonna do if they're not around anymore. Do you ever feel like you just do it for your parents when you have a moment of like, oh my God, who am I gonna? Because I feel like doing comedy for me and all my achievements, the first person I always call is my parents, and then after that, I'm kind of like, who else? I don't really care about telling anyone else. Like, you don't get the
Yeah.
same like. I'm looking for new parents, I guess. I'm looking for, I think that's what your husband becomes, is someone who will do, hang your little accomplishments on the refrigerator. Like,
Chris will too.
he will. Oh my
Yeah.
God, he was so excited about my pitch.
Dude, hit that
No
video.
one, your sister took a video.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
It's crazy. You hit the strike perfectly, and Chris jumps, 10 feet in the air.
He's
and he's
so
throwing his
proud.
hands up in the air.
was
And
so
like
sweet.
the Cardinals dugout's looking at him. He's hugging strangers on
He
the
was
sideline
so
of the
happy.
thing. He put a lot of time into that, but he was so proud
That's
of it.
awesome.
Sweet.
And he was just glowing the whole rest of the day.
That's awesome. Nothing compared to Sean's standing ovation. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
We weren't as supportive as Chris. Me and Brendan were like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, I know it was weird, man. I don't know what happened, but
It was outstanding, buddy. You
Were your
killed-
parents though so proud, and were they?
No, they weren't there. It was
Or
all
your-
my dad's siblings and
Oh,
then
okay.
their kids and all that.
Oh, my
But there was
God.
like 12 of them.
Yes.
And so that's where, for me, I'm just like, just don't eat it in front of them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't have to do great. Just don't eat it.
Yeah.
Because then I got to have that thing. They're going to be like, that was good. They're going to say it was great no matter
Yes.
what. And that infuriates me.
That's the worst part, is when they placate you and they act like what happened didn't just happen.
100%.
And that's so embarrassing.
So wait a minute. That set that I did in Columbus at one time, you said it was really good.
You always kill, Greg. I've never seen you have a rough set ever. Ever. I'm serious. Even when you're working on new stuff at the Funny Bone.
Bring you some corporate events.
Really? Have some corporate events been rough?
Oh, man.
I'm doing one coming up.
yeah?
But I'm just doing 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Isn't that amazing?
Are you kidding me?
In Manhattan at like a
Oh my
dinner.
God.
It's so nice.
That is God.
Oh.
I want to see two things at the end of this show. I want to know who that comedian that was bleeding ovations was, and I want to see the number that you're getting for that 20 minutes. Because when you do
It's-
corporate events, when you're like Nikki and Nate, it's insane.
It's hard to turn down, even
'Cause they
though
could go do
they're
a show.
Yeah.
They could just go do a show,
Sure.
which is usually more fun and make more money. So, like, yeah, they sell so many tickets.
And they are not fun gigs, so you better be making good money. You know, like it's got to be worth it, because I've never bombed so hard in my life than I did. It was probably a year ago, right around now. I went to Cabo, and I was flown out for this. It was like a convention. I talked about it on Jimmy Kimmel, and it was. But I went to this. I had to perform at night after a long day for all of these billionaires. They're all people that own all the products that you guys talk about. I mean, people were truly like picking the president. Like it was like an Illuminati type situation. And they were at, conferences all day. And, Kevin Hart's there doing a fireside chat. I'm like, how do I get that gig? Where you just get to hang? And I have to do stand-up, and Kevin Hart is there. It was so awkward. I had to do stand-up. It was on the beach. They set it up on the sand, so I have to walk across the sand to get to this tiny stage, and it is really well lit. All these people are so tired. There's a DJ that they're just dying to pop off and dance and, like, drink.
Did they
but
tell
first,
you?
a comedian, and I was a surprise.
Oh,
they pulled that.
God, that's just.
It was an ambush, and they hated it. It was dead silence for the whole hour. I'm not kidding you. It was so painful. And I have had, since I talked about it on Kimmel, I've had so many people that were at it or heard about it, or a lot of people that were at the show come up to me and say, we're so sorry, but we just couldn't. It was just, my material was like inappropriate. I wasn't prepared for it in the right way. It was horrible. It was the worst experience of my life. The next day I was still at the resort and I wanted to go to the gym and I had to wear a disguise. And I had to sneak out the back because I didn't want to go to the valet and be around any of the people that were at the show. When you have to stay at the resort that you just performed at.
That's on them. Then they suck. Like, I don't want to hear that. It's like, you're a pro's pro. You're super famous. They know who you are. It's like they just had that's a bad attitude.
No, it was on me. I really feel like I just didn't.
On you,
it was, I don't know. I should have.
Did they tell you to wear the swimsuit, or was that? Did you decide?
That would have helped, honestly. But me wearing heels, walking out through the sand, and like my heel would just dig in, and I would have to pull it out. And when they applaud, and they can't even keep the applause going from when you step off the stage. And I'm not kidding you. This had like a 4-foot circumference. But as soon as you could hear as I stepped on the sand, and it was like a sand, and there was 100 people there. It was so bad. And everyone on the way up was saying hi to me. And Chris Harrison, the Bachelor host, was there for some reason. Kevin Hart was there. Kevin Hart, I saved a bunch of roast jokes from the Tom Brady roast to do about Kevin at the end of it since he was there. I was just going to be like, oh, here's some jokes I didn't do. And I go, hey, I'm going to end with something that you guys might like. Maybe I'm going to read some jokes about Kevin Hart. And I was like, Kevin, where are you at? And he left. I walked Kevin Hart. He left. It was too excruciating for even him to witness. It was so bad. Afterwards, I just went back to my green room, and the president of my agency was there. I mean, there were some big people there. I rode into this event from the airport with the president of Yahoo. Like, it was like
oh my God.
The biggest, it was like the titans of industry were at this event, and I humiliated myself. It was so bad.
Yeah, but did you think it was anyone like just say your same level would probably have the same reaction?
Yeah.
I was thinking like, how would Nate would have done better? Like, I wasn't doing a clean act. And so that was tougher. And they were all people there with their wives. And
but they hired you.
They were too well lit. If they were in the dark, they could have had a good time, but they were all, and it was in a circle. So they were seeing each other. So it's all these CEOs of different companies looking at each other, and they can't laugh at that joke because then they know that guy thinks that's funny, and maybe he does that. It was terrible.
This hurts.
It was the worst day of my life. I'm not kidding you. It was just a year ago. Things couldn't have been going better for me. And it was hard.
It'll smack you down. But your recovery time gets better. You're like, you wake up the next morning like, who cares?
Yeah, it stuck with me for a little bit. But then I was like, when I decided to tell the story on Kimmel and have like a lot of good jokes about it and like to kind of take it back, I was like, okay, it was worth it because I got a really good story out of it. But it was, oh man, you're up there and you're like, I can't believe this is happening. I'm disassociating. I'm so embarrassed that my opener, who's my friend, has to watch this. And then I'm thinking about what he's going to say to me afterwards because he's really nice and doesn't want to make me feel bad, but we have to address what happened. And that's the worst part is like having to see people afterwards. And so
Nate says it's like the closest thing to dying. He said when you're up there and you're not doing well, especially when you're new in the business, he said in his mind, I don't know if I've said this on the podcast or not, maybe I have, but in his mind, he says that there's like, you're up there and then you see this person like in the back rifling through stuff like a library or like files. Like, what do we got? What do we got? We got to find something over here.
Yes.
Like, what do we got over here? Then you just grasp on anything. Peanut butter. I got stuff on peanut butter.
No, you start pulling jokes out that you haven't done.
Oh my God.
In literally 20 years. It's such an inappropriate joke. It's even worse than the material that you have planned. I started digging out stuff that I was like, I can't even believe I'm telling this. And the flop sweat starts. Like that is immediate. Like that's a real thing. Mine is always a bead of sweat trickles down my lower back. I know that I'm bombing, but I have a little window to save it. I always have this little 60-second window of okay, maybe I can pull out of this. It was so bad. Oh man, and that's the beauty and the horror of comedy is that it's almost like when I think about how many times I have to trip and fall the rest of my life. It's inevitable and it's the worst feeling in the world, but it's going to happen. And you just know there's never a point where you're not going to bomb. There's going to be bombs in my future and it's going to be the most uncomfortable. That's just life though.
It's hard
I never
to say,
get above it.
Yeah, it's hard to say to you because we do have so many left.
Many.
But I always tell people that are starting that everybody wants to be a comedian, right? Everybody now. Just everybody wants to do comedy. So there's got to be some price to do it. So in my mind, I was I would just make up a number. Okay, it's going to take 50 humiliations to be a real comedian. And so when you have one, just realize now it's only 49 humiliations before being a comedian. But when you're at where you are, there's not really peace in that because you already are a comedian and you're a very successful comedian. So I've got nothing for you.
No. But there's still going to be so many letdowns. You get to these places where you get all this good news and you go, I finally got to this level, and you don't realize ahead of you is, I just had a friend recently that was let go from a TV show that he was very excited to get on, and it seemed to be this was going to be the end all be all, and it didn't work out. And he's very young, and I wrote to him, I'm I know you think this is it.
Oh yeah,
it's just, but there's going to be so many more of these disappointments down the road. You're going to feel this so many more times because everything that comes in feels like this is going to be the thing, and you invest everything in it. There's just there's a lot of heartbreak or down the road, even when you get to the top level. There's people that get I think it's, and once you get a certain age where you've reached your success, then you start the fall, the descent, and
right here.
No, you're not there yet. We thought you were, but you pulled out of it the last minute.
The brand this week is Diet Coke. Nikki requested this.
Yeah. I just wanted a Diet Coke when I was at your house. I didn't think we would have to talk about it. Learn about it. Yeah. I don't want to learn about what's in Diet Coke.
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Let's talk about the history of diet soda first.
Okay.
Feel free to jump in at any point. 1878, saccharin was discovered. First diet soda was in Spain in 1949 called La Casera, or also known as gaseosa. Still available. Actually,
oh, wow.
In Spain, yeah. First diet soda in the U.S., No-Cal Ginger Ale. It was mostly for diabetics. It was Kirsch Beverages. It was out of Brooklyn and mostly in New York City.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Canada Dry got in with something called Glamour.
Yeah, they were really, I just watched Mad Men, and they were really anything that was diety or low-cal was women. So Glamour makes sense. They were trying to,
Well, Diet Coke was... It is very female targeted.
Oh, it must
Coke
be.
Zero is more male targeted.
Yes, yes.
Diet Right Cola. That's the first one that I remember. 1958. I wasn't around in 1958.
People also weren't nearly as fat then as they are now.
No. And they would call it, instead of losing weight, they would say she's reducing.
Oh.
Really?
Also learned that from Mad Men.
Like Diet Right Cola was popular in the 1960s. It was made by RC, Royal Crown. It was number 4 pretty quickly behind Coke, Pepsi, and RC Cola. Dr. Pepper came out with a product called Dietetic Dr. Pepper.
Nice.
And guess what? It didn't sell very well because people thought it was only for diabetics.
Yeah.
Then they went to sugar-free Dr. Pepper, then Diet Dr. Pepper, which is a pretty good diet soda.
It's so good. I don't even let myself have those. It's too dangerous.
It's the best one. It's the closest.
It is the best one.
Yeah,
it
is a source material.
I think. 1963, Coke introduced Tab. Anybody know why they called it Tab?
Well, I can see it there on your sheet. I have pretty good eyesight. But yeah,
keep tabs on your calorie intake. Tab was introduced in 1963, and if you drank one in 1963, you are still tasting the aftertaste today.
Was it really?
Oh my God!
It's
bad.
Stayed with you.
It is the craziest. It's like wow! It's like metallic aftertaste. I mean, I remember it as a kid. That we had some, and it is like insane.
But they're all using saccharin. I mean, this was cyclamates, and I
think some saccharin. Cyclamates were outlawed in 1970, the Delaney Amendment, which basically said anything that's cancer-causing is gone. So cyclamates, they did some testing at UW-Madison, and they found out that it caused bladder cancer in rats. So cyclamates were gone pretty quickly. Also in 1963, Pepsi came out with Patio Diet Cola.
Patio, yes. I've
you-
heard of that.
Yeah. And that
Again,
kind
women.
of a cool name.
Yeah,
women.
it is cool.
Yeah. It became Diet Pepsi. Some other notable things. James Schlatter discovered aspartame in 1965. Didn't show up until several years later. He was working on an ulcer drug. And
That's
found-
always how it happens. And that does not sound promising to
No.
health.
Yeah. Also, it's like, how hard was he working on the ulcer thing? You know what I mean? Like, James,
And why are you licking your fingers when you're
Yeah.
experimenting with an
You're
ulcer
supposed to do an
medication?
ulcer,
Oh, this
like-
is sweet.
He's like, I think
Yeah.
he knew what he was going
Uh-huh.
for at that time. After they got rid of cyclamates, the diet sodas, like at that time they were pretty big. They were like 20% of the market, and then
Whoa.
they got rid of cyclamates and they went down to 3% market because they were trying to do it with like saccharin only. Saccharin in the 80s they tried to link it to cancer, and it didn't. 1982,
It didn't link,
it didn't link.
or did people get paid off?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah,
Sean.
yeah. I mean,
We'll never
all
know
this stuff we're not going to know. There's
for a little bit.
about all these diet sodas, there are some bad things.
There's gotta be. It
But
can't-
it's usually, I mean, the FDA's been really hit pretty hard on it. And I think it's like, they basically say, yeah, if you drink 10 a day, it's, if you have like 50 milligrams of aspartame a day, they think it's not a bad thing. I'm not sure I would, but, and there's some other bad things we can
it's
talk
like
about.
it affects your gut bacteria, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things. It supposedly makes you crave sugar. Actually,
Right. That's the thing, is that you people that drink diet soda aren't always the thinnest people. So
Yes.
it's not helping you lose weight. It's maybe creating a craving that is not fulfilling, and so then you get done with it and you need the thing that it's said, hey, we thought we were getting this and you didn't give it to us.
Yes, and if you have it with food, even worse craving. If you have diet
Listen.
soda with food, worse craving. It can, some people say it can lean you into diabetes.
When do we start talking about it? Or are you done with the Wikipedia yet?
Oh, I got some stuff. We can talk whenever you want.
Okay. Well, how do you guys feel about
So, I
Diet
mean, I
Coke?
went
Are
to
you
some
fans?
other sites. I went to MASH. and
His Ask Jeeves printouts. Do you have a MapQuest for how to get home?
Sometimes I read articles in some of the publications, and it's not.
Well, I mean, how do you guys feel about Diet Coke? I have a fraught relationship with it. You haven't even you've taken a sip. You didn't crack yours. Are you not a Diet Coke guy?
No, I never have been. I mean, I've certainly had it, and there were times where I was like, "Oh, I'm trying to be healthy for a little bit," and I would do that. But I mean, I'm pretty much a soda person, not daily by any
Right.
means as I get older. But I would say, growing up and in my youth, I was, and I love Coca-Cola. I love real soda. I love
Okay.
Dr. Pepper. I love the real
You
stuff.
will still indulge in that.
Certainly not as often as I used to, but
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
for sure.
Because I
and I
think
avoid this stuff.
I feel like everyone here has. I know you all very well. Has problems with food.
Yeah.
And like has issues with knowing when to stop. And I feel like, and as someone who struggles with that as well, Diet Coke, it goes hand in hand with those kind of people, I feel like, because it feels like you are doing something, but you get away with it. It's like it's not bad, but why does it feel bad then? Because I guess there's just this cancer thing.
Causing agents in it. Yeah, I'm lucky.
air.
I've never got hooked to it. Soda at all. Diet,
Really?
Regular, yeah. Like
Why?
that's the one thing I could eat. All the food addiction issues I have,
Yeah.
just a mess. But that never got me. That's probably my first sip of soda in months.
Would
I
you
just
drink
don't drink
water?
Tons of it.
Wow.
Like I actually do the right thing. I drink like almost a gallon a
But
day.
when we were living together,
I'm
you
looking
were
at
all
you.
in on like
Gatorade Zero. Now I will drink like a Propel, which
Propel's okay, I think.
I'm saying, but in terms of just diet soda, I'm off of it.
But there's
although
a re-
Zevia is good,
Yeah. Well, Zevia is
So,
like,
but that's
you
real,
know,
right?
they call these fridge cigs, Have you heard that? Isn't that so funny?
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm so mad about it because I've been saying Diet Cokes are like cigarettes forever because it's one a day. You're like, that's fine. But
Yeah.
10, it's like bad. But they call them fridge cigs because there is something a little bit naughty about it. Like I feel a little bit bad when I'm having one of like, I shouldn't be doing this. And it's kind of still gives me that feeling like I'm rebelling in some way.
Yeah.
Like, because I quit for I think 10 years. I quit diet soda, and I don't know why. I think I was the 8 to 10 girl a day. Like I would just because I wasn't eating, and so it was just felt like it would fill you up. It just gives you a flavor when you're starving, so you're like, oh, it's giving me something, and I was addicted, and then I stopped, and now it's back in my life, and it's truly such a treat to have, and it feels a little bad.
What was your timeline of 8 to 10 a day? How long are we talking there?
It was probably like a couple years off and on, but I would do like diet A&W or diet lemonade, just any kind of diet drink. It would just, I was doing anything to not eat. Like you just do things that are like in place of like gum. I don't chew gum anymore. I was addicted to gum. I can't have gum.
What about when you drank? Did you drink like mixers?
I would just do vodka soda.
Okay,
but like yeah, I mean, but in college, diet sodas.
You get drunker on Diet Coke and booze than you do on Coke and booze.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You're sure about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something about aspartame, which is the thing that's in this, is way sweeter than sugar. Like way sweeter. So they don't need to use much of it to make it sweet, which is why if you put Diet Coke in a cooler, Coke sinks, Diet Coke floats.
Oh, because it's lighter? Because it doesn't have much sugar?
It's less dense. It's less dense.
Right.
Yeah, it's obviously, it's the same volume, but
so delicious.
It's less
How
dense.
often do you have a Diet Coke?
Not very often. I think these days, very little, because now I'm like
You're
Tim.
a tea guy.
I like tea a lot, but I also, I will have bouts, which I'm in the middle of one where I'm messing with sugar way too much, and I will just have a Coke. I always have a Coke. I think, to me, it feels better than this. But then every now and then, like if I'm like really doing things right, and I'm like, I just want a little something, I'll go get a Diet Coke or a
Will it set
Dr.
you
Pepper.
off though? Will it start the craving?
No, not really, because I don't have much. I don't have a full bottle. I just have like to there.
Oh,
or
wow.
like maybe to a little bit below the label. And then, for a while, like when I was like out, because I don't drink, and I would be like, you feel like I got to get something.
Yes.
So just give me a Diet Coke with Diet Coke, lots of ice. Yeah.
That's the way I feel about it too. It's just it's a little treat. I don't have too many anymore though. But I drink Zevia. Like Zevia is like vaping. It's not as bad as the fridge.
Yeah, they're not using any of that garbage.
Well, we don't know what stevia is going to do to us, but it seems to be a less problematic sweetener.
Right.
But I mean, I only drink Zevia. Like I don't drink water. It's a problem. I went to the doctor recently and they ran tests and they were like, we can tell you don't drink water, and that was that sucked. Yeah,
You never drink water?
I just hate it. I mean, if I'm like I got done with a run or a workout, oh yeah, it's the greatest thing in the world. But like generally, I'm just like, oh, this is such a. I wake up sometimes and I chug a glass just to get it out of the way, but I'm never meeting
throughout
my
your
daily.
day or with a meal.
No, I just would rather have. Why would you have it when you could have something that tastes better? I just don't understand. And when I was broke, maybe, but like now that I can afford to have 12 Zevia a day, like I just go. We have them. I have them constantly, and they are made with water. There's water in them, and I know that it's dehydrating you at the same time and all those things. But I would be dead if you couldn't live without drinking water because I don't drink enough.
All right.
But I need to drink more, not for my health, but for my skin and like look. Like it's the easiest way to like have good skin, and I just can't do it for some reason.
Yeah, there's something in here.
Love it?
There's something in here about skin.
It's bad for your skin. I think so. I
mind
think it
if I
might
go to
be.
my,
No, please go to your
boy.
notes. Yeah, pull it out.
Shut up, John.
He's lost.
Diet drinks are very acidic, which can cause acne and skin problems.
Oh, talk about acidic. Okay, I was flying to LA last Thursday, and I was on a Southwest flight. And when I'm on a flight, I sleep like I put the tray table down, which is, by the way, a huge hack for anyone who wants to sleep on a coach flight. No one's ever doing this. You put your tray table down, you put your backpack on top of it, and you lean over it. It's so good. It's so much, especially if you're in a middle or an aisle seat. It's such a great way to sleep because you just slump over slightly. You got to stack it pretty high, higher than you think. So maybe a backpack and a jacket and everything, and you just lean on it. I was asleep, but I didn't have a backpack. I was just leaning like straight on the table, like really bent
I've
over.
done that.
And then I kind of woke up and I was like, oh my God. Like I had this pressure in my chest, insane pain in my like upper abdomen. It was radiating in my shoulder. It was like, I felt like I couldn't breathe, like I couldn't move. And I thought I was having a heart attack. I really was like, oh my God. And I told Chris, I'm like, how much longer on this flight? Like, I think like we're going to have to like emergency land. Like, I've never felt this way before. I've never had some kind of like a spasmodic attack in my lung area. And I was like, oh my God, I'm dying. Like, this is so embarrassing on a Southwest flight. And then, so he's on ChatGPT putting in all my symptoms. I'm texting my assistant, whose dad is a physician, and I'm giving all my symptoms. At the same time, we get my diagnosis, which is acid reflux. It's just gas. And I thought I was dying. Yeah. And so then that week, this weekend, I was at my shows and I was talking to some people backstage of like, I had my first like bout of acid reflux, and they were like, oh yeah, I have that. And I take something and go, the first time you had it, did you think, and they go, I was having a heart attack? Yeah. And I'm like, why aren't we talking about this?
Yeah.
Have you guys felt this way by acid reflux? I didn't. I thought it was just like a burning or something. Like I know what heartburn. You went into the ER?
It was down in Houston. I was just out of college and I went into the ER, and I thought maybe I was having a heart attack, and it was just heartburn.
It's so embarrassing, but how could you not think that? Because it was on my shoulder. I felt like I didn't know. Shoulders,
like definitely.
I know.
Yeah.
But it was just gas that was lodged in my diaphragm because I had chugged 2 coffees, 2 frappuccinos. I meant to order a hot one. I usually get a hot and a cold, and I pair them because if you suck down a frappuccino, you get freezing in the rest of the day. Yeah. You know, so really? I mix them. And I accidentally ordered 2 frappuccinos, and I downed those, and I got on the flight and bent over, and I guess it just like messed with my system. Really? And I'm like, oh, this is 40s. Like, these are the new things that are coming up, and you think when you get older that you somehow are going to evade the aches and pains and the kind of ailments of an aging person. For some reason, you're just like, but I'll dodge it. Like, not me. It happens to literally every single older person, but not me. But no, it's happening. And it was terrifying, but I'm like,
can you talk about that hot cold thing though?
Yeah. Okay. Here's another hack that people aren't talking about. If you are cold, first of all, cold drinks make you cold. It makes your whole body cold. We all know that. Like, if you get hot, you have a cold drink, it cools you down. If you're in a restaurant as a woman, usually a woman, and you're freezing because it's air conditioned or whatever, and you didn't bring a cardigan, get a hot tea. Not even with a tea, just get a hot water and hold it and sip on a hot water, and it instantly like makes you feel good in a air, because so many women and I think men suffer in a plane or wherever you are where you're just freezing and you think, oh, I didn't bring a coat. Just get a hot water, and it works so well.
All right. Man, that backpack thing is changed my life.
I'm not. It's such a hack.
I thought you were going to say bend over and put your head on the tray. I'm like, Nikki.
No, you stack it up, and then you just do a slightly.
Have you guys, you know about this, and you didn't tell me.
People don't know about this, but I learned it from. Remember the Sky Mall magazine where the guy like inflates that thing, and he's just like,
it's like a ramp,
like slumped over. I got the idea from him. He was the classic Sky Mall guy that was just passed out on this inflatable thing that he's
Sky Mall.
Yeah, I miss that guy, but you can do that now, and it's just such a more comfortable. Instead of, I hate when I'm watching Chris just like and catching his foot, like the head turn.
I do that.
Oh my God, you get whiplash from that. That is so uncomfortable to watch. I can't stand it. But there's the ones that you can like fit to the back of the seat and then put over your head, and it like keeps you up. But this is just the easiest way.
You just
and a
looked
sleep
like
mask.
Crash test dummy when you did that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They're so thin.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're very fit.
Yes.
Man, that would be great. Maybe that's a breakthrough. Is like, somebody that made a fat crash test dummy. Yeah,
I'm sure they need them now.
Yeah, you got to have them, man. That's who's having these problems.
That's who we are.
You want to talk a little bit about the introduction and some of the marketing? I thought. I mean, because they have like legendary. Your girl Taylor with kittens.
Oh, I mean, she brought it back. I think it was kind of like for an older generation, and suddenly she was sipping on them, and we were like, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I saw a kitten
cool.
commercial, and then she like basically like a song that she was like writing, and they brought it out.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. But it works. That branding stuff. We really underestimate how influenced we are by, celebrities endorsing things. Because you go, why am I going to buy that roofing because that Cardinals player is on the billboard? But for some reason, you do.
Mm-hmm. It came out. The big thing was just for the taste of it, because they were basically saying that was the tagline in 82 is like, this isn't like if you take Coke Zero is basically some sort of a derivation of Coke. Mm-hmm. This is its own thing. Like this isn't like an adjusted Coke. This is like a different drink and a different taste.
And an interesting marketing campaign because before then diet, you were kind of taking a hit to have something diet. It's not going to taste as as good. But we're saying, oh, actually, this tastes better. You're going to do it just for the taste of it.
Just for the taste
not
of it.
because you want to be thinner or avoid calories. You like it.
And the commercials,
And we go,
man.
we do.
Do yourself a favor, just YouTube 80s Diet Coke commercials. I mean, just the montage of 80s celebrities. Whitney Houston,
everyone.
A big one.
Yeah.
Was Ray Charles Coke or Pepsi?
He was Pepsi.
Yeah.
He was, you got the right one. Baby.
You got the right one.
And that they went at it. I went and watched. My favorite, of course, is in the montage. They always have because it was very women focused, or it was like baby boomers that put on an extra 20 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
They always show like the women's aerobics class and they're all in like leotards looking good, and there's the one schlubby guy that happens to be in the women's aerobics class.
He got lost
and he's
on his way to get his oil changed.
and he's in there, but he's a good sport. And he's going along. He's not doing the moves as good as they are.
No, he's not.
No,
he's clumsy.
Yeah.
But and he enjoys a Diet Coke too.
He
so
does.
that was their like way of being like, you can accidentally have one of these if you find yourself at some kind of women's meeting.
Yeah.
And you can still enjoy yourself.
Karl Lagerfeld was like a big Diet Coke guy, like 8 to 10 a day.
Yeah.
And he was on the early commercials. He was an early spokesman. He's tell me who Karl Lagerfeld is.
He is a designer.
Yeah.
Fashion designer.
Like what is it? Oh, like clothing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like had white hair and cool sunglasses, and he was a very tiny little man, and cool,
Yeah.
runway. Couture.
When Ray Charles was
Words.
the DP.
Fashion words. I don't know what any of it means.
Well, then I certainly don't.
Yeah.
I didn't know who that one guy was that you tore clothes off of. Cindy Crawford was like the first Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was hot. We all
Yes.
remember
She
this
goes to the machine.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's a classic look.
Yeah.
I saw Marcus Allen in there. I saw Ted Turner in there. I saw their first commercial. They filmed it at Radio
City.
Yeah.
Radio City, and they had the Rockettes, and they made it like basically like almost like an award show. That was the commercial, and they filmed it for the Rockettes were dancing for like 10 hours, and they filmed it, and it's like a bunch of celebs. Bob Hope's in there. And then Telly Savalas is the last guy to say something.
God.
Turns around.
Oh, yeah.
That was their first commercial.
Well, it's interesting that they've held on to the name Diet Coke because if you look at the way marketing has gone for healthy stuff, they've taken the word diet out of almost anything. This is kind of like a vestige of an earlier time where diet was like very in, and now we're very anti-diet culture. Like it's about listening to your body and just giving yourself what you need. But for some reason, Diet Coke, it transcends the word diet.
Yes.
You don't even associate it with, but having the word diet in one of the most popular beverages is kind of insane.
Yeah.
But you don't even think, it is kind of an embarrassing thing to order because when you are too aware of the word and you're like, can you make sure it's a diet? I'm fat. Like, it's just like, there's something very vulnerable about it, but they probably worked really hard to just make it its own thing that you kind of don't even think of that word anymore because diet is not in product names anymore.
Yeah, you're all over it. I mean, I'm thinking about that. Yeah, I can't associate it with anything.
No, they maybe do light or reduce sugar or, or the name is green. So you're like, oh, it must be healthy, but they don't really use the word diet anymore. It's actually like a bad word now.
They thought if they said sugar-free Coke, that it would make Coke sound bad. It would call attention that Coke has sugar in it.
Interesting.
And then the first Diet Coke was a lowercase d, because the trademark lawyers, the trademark lawyers said lowercase d is an adjective which modifies Coke. If it's a capital letter, it's a new thing. So we don't have to have a new trademark license for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's you associate Coke with polar bears and Santa and Americana.
Right.
And it's not, there's not really a celebrity, but Diet Coke is just a cultural phenomenon that's like almost pop culture.
Yeah.
And I think it's really geared towards, I mean, they already have us hooked, but now they're always trying to get a newer generation on it. So I think it was really associated with brat culture, with Charlie XCX and like smoking cigs again. And like, there's kind of this, I don't know, there's like this influx of like bad behavior going on with like these new pop stars where they're in their Instagram smoking cigarettes. You're like, what are you smoking? You're 22 and you're smoking a cigarette and then you're drinking Diet Cokes and just like kind of, it's kind of cool to be dirty and bad.
And Diet Coke is a part of that?
Diet Coke is very brat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Because it's bad. It's like we all know it's not good for you, but you're doing it anyway because you know what? Life is short and just like, I don't know, just live a little and like just party. And it's just, it's like, it's kind of, the dirty is in, like kind of like being, I don't know, trashy. It's like, it's in now of just not being so, we go through these waves of like being, you know, with makeup styles, like it's like clean girl style. And then it's like, a smoky eye. So you want to look smudgy, like you've been like partying all night. So I think right now we're going through this like kind of, aversion to like being clean. And it's like, you know what? The world's burning. Things aren't good. If Diet Coke makes you happy, just have one. Don't put all these rules on yourself because I think we're getting away from that of just be you, do what you like. And I think that's the way I feel about Diet Coke. It's like, as soon as I stopped putting so much weight on like, this is bad for you, you can't have it, you can never have it. And I just let myself go like, well, can't you just maybe have one and maybe trust yourself that you're an adult now who cares about your health and isn't going to let yourself have 10 a day. And then I was able to, but I'm having 10 Zevia, but that's stevia. It's from the earth. And you know, when you buy the packets, they're green. So, you know, it's good.
They are fun. The few I've had before.
They're delicious.
They're
Nikki Randy is in a Stevie Nicks tribute band.
No way. Is it? And
what do you think that we want to call it?
Stevia Nicks.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's good.
Because
it's
like, it's
you
like it, but it's like,
because it's a thing. Yeah.
It's really good. But it's, you know, I don't know if Fleetwood Mac fans are going to get that pun. You know, like it's kind of like a new, but maybe.
I mean, there goes our podcast.
I mean,
you can't take shots at all the.
Well, you can't
Mac
be a guy
fans,
who doesn't know who Benson Boone is trying to pitch Stevia Nicks.
He has,
that's a
he
fair
has
point, buddy.
total blindness there.
Yeah, I know, man.
But it's clever. It's fun.
I mean, Benson Boone. I got to get into this.
What is it named now? The Stevie Nicks tribute band.
Stand back.
Stand back.
Is that a song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stand back.
What I think White Ranger, and here's why. Because whenever she sings just like the white winged dove, one winged dove, what is it?
White.
I always thought what she was saying, just like the White Ranger.
I like it.
And I think a lot of people did. I'm not alone on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just let yourself. Yeah, I think this is Diet Coke represents to me being
Brat.
a little bit bad and being a little naughty and a little dirty, and it stains your teeth, and you got to brush your teeth afterwards because you can feel a film on it. And
Harder
it's just like,
on the enamel
is it?
than Coke. You're gonna get your enamel's gonna wear down more with this. You're gonna get less cavities though. The Coke, you're gonna get more cavities.
Shug.
The shug.
Yeah.
I always get, when I order a regular soda, if I order a Coke at a restaurant, which happens often, they will very often bring me a diet. They'll be like, oh, in the diet? And I'm like, no, it's a real, which I kind of would beat myself up like, because I guess most 45-year-olds
Yeah, they look at you and
that.
they go, we know what he needs.
Yeah, but now I'm thinking maybe they think I'm a little bratty, a little dirty.
Yeah,
I'm
a
little bit
Gen
Charlie
Z.
XCX.
I think so.
Do you
Yeah,
have
it's a compliment.
The beard or the
Not too bad.
Were you clean shaven or do you have the beard?
I mean, this happens on a regular basis,
Okay,
so.
yeah. Let me ask you this. This is I think important stuff is because when I get to Coke, I'm very particular. What is your preferred delivery system of Diet Coke? I mean, is it the 20 ounce?
No, I think it is the 20 ounce bottle.
I think it is.
And a lot of Diet Coke connoisseurs will disagree with me because they say, oh, it's the Chick-fil-A or it's the McDonald's. It's from the tap. But like, I don't usually go to fast food restaurants, so I don't know that lifestyle. And I think that ordering from a tap from restaurants is just, you know, do they clean them? It's just iffy. Sometimes you get a good one. It's not good. But I think I don't like a can. Cans do not taste as good to me. I need the plastic in it. And
what about
by the way,
poured out how nice? Or do you want it?
No, I don't need that. It's just straight out.
Yes.
And you know what? It's good. I'm not gonna want a fourth of it because it's gonna be lukewarm.
Yeah.
But the first half is divine.
From there to there is one of the greatest feelings in the world.
And by the way, sometimes like, you know, people want to be nice to me and I'll be like, can I get a Coke? And they'll, you know, they're on my rider. So I'll be sitting across the room, my green room, they'll get it and they'll open it for me. I'm like, are you going to light my cigarette before you hand it to me? Like, that's the best part is that first, like, you need the whole experience. It's part of the consumption of it. It's part of the addiction to it is like cracking it open and it's the ritual.
Yeah, man. I think from the top of the container down to the label is the best part of any.
Yeah. You don't have the
pop.
guilt yet.
Yeah.
You're like, I just had a little bit.
Yeah, just had a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Once you get past the whole label, now maybe I did a bad thing. Yeah.
It's a nice replacement for caffeine. Like when I'm on the go or I don't have time to stop at Starbucks on the way to the airport. It's like, okay, I know I can just get a cold Diet Coke and it will satiate that caffeine that I need. Are you addicted to caffeine, you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I've gotten off it a few times.
You have?
Yeah. I mean, in the last year, I got off it once. Let me tell you this. If you get off of caffeine
Oh, I've heard.
and then you have it,
Oh.
it is a superpower that you have. I had it was around New Year's. Sean and I worked New Year's in Indy. The night before I had some gig in Asheville, North Carolina. It just got to the airport like 7 a.m. and realized I'm not going to be able to make it. I have to rent a car and drive 8 hours. And I had not slept the night before because I was sick. But I was off caffeine. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
it.
And then I just had caffeine and it must be what, doing cocaine feels like.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, it's why we love it. And then you get used to it and it doesn't hit as good.
Get off
But you're
it.
chasing
Just
that
do
first
yourself
high.
a favor and get off it.
And just have
Now I
fun
made a
again.
mistake. I did it for the salesman, the special that you came to,
Mm-hmm.
and I was feeling good. I did it for the last special, and I was the first show. I was a
Little jittery?
a little too jittery. I was like, oh God, it was a mistake. I'm not doing that again.
But it is caffeine, there are, I think, a lot of benefits to it, but there's just something about, I look forward to waking up every morning because of it.
I go to
And
bed.
it's a drug.
I
It's
think about
without
it.
question, it's a drug because it does make me a nicer person when I
It's
drink
a ritual,
it. It satiates
but it's
some
a social
kind of
drug. It's you can
anxiety in me. Yeah, I love it. And I do Celsius, but I'm someone who can, I think it's ADD. Like I don't get more awake from caffeine. I get more focused and in a better mood. Like I think I could take a nap after I drink a latte.
Some people do that.
I have
Yeah.
no problem with it, but I just learned that
That's
caffeine
ADD
doesn't
though.
make you. Yeah, it is. Thank you.
That's AD. I heard.
I was able to hear you because you pointed at me and you looked at me and I was like, okay, I can fucking focus on this. Sorry, Cass. But that was
I thought that you guessed it was ADD. I heard that is actual ADD.
yeah, it is. It is when
Really?
you it is. That's what I think anyway. I was diagnosed with it. And so but I feel like caffeine, I forget what I was saying before you pointed at me, but
It's powerful. Sorry.
It really was,
Man, I'm gonna start
man.
using this with women. Yeah, yeah.
But I look forward to this. Like I think that's most of my life is I like the build up to something, and then when I get it, it like diminishing returns. But my whole life is like, I get this thing soon, and that's the happiest I ever am is before my food gets there. Like the happiest I get, the most dopamine is when I see the plate arriving to the table, and even the first bite isn't as exciting as like I'm about to have this, and the last bite is the saddest moment of my life. I'm always so sad. I'm never happy when I eat it.
Party's over.
It's there's no point in even having that bite because I'm miserable throughout it. I don't even taste it. I'm just so sad. And then the party's over for what? Another 4-hour window? Like I don't know why I think it's like a life sentence. For some reason, I just when a meal is over, I'm like, what's the point of
Nikki,
living?
know it's gonna be in 4 hours.
When people
No, it's
fast,
not.
I go, what do you live for then?
Yeah,
You have to wait 18 hours until you're happy again?
I've been messing around with that a little bit.
Really? And I
Yeah.
hear it's good, but I
I
can't
did
mess
for
with
like
that.
60.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you
60
mean?
hours.
Oh yeah, that's
60
right.
hours?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Did you feel amazing?
Yes. Yes.
But why aren't you still doing it then? Because it was hard?
It's not fun.
I hear like the first 12 is like hard,
no,
and then
first
it's like,
12's not. I mean, I think that right around 18, you get a little shaky.
but then do you go bananas
When you wake up the
when
next day-
you start eating?
no, because you can't eat much.
Because your stomach shrank.
Yeah, your stomach shrank. You can't eat
Oh.
much. Yeah, yeah,
God.
yeah. And you didn't mean like eat bananas, right?
No, that
Okay,
would be
yeah.
such a depressing
Yeah.
break
I'm
fast.
gonna have bananas.
But I love waking up in the morning because I'm like, I get to eat again. Like that gets me out of bed. What else would get me out of bed?
Yeah.
Achieving things in my career, walking my dogs. Pfft, no, it's an Uncrustable waiting for me.
Yeah. We just found out Nikki. We found out Nikki's big on Uncrustables.
Yeah.
We
Here's
got-
the thing.
We got to call Bargatze.
Why do we have to keep them frozen because when I want an Uncrustable, I don't want to have to cook.
I know.
And by cook, I mean wait 30 minutes for them to defrost. That to me is preparation. I don't want. I want them. I put them in my back pocket. I sit on them. I put the car heater seat on to zip it up. But
when you take it out of the freezer and set it down, do you put an apron on and like a chef hat?
Yeah, and I ring a dinner bell when it's thawed out. But why they gotta be frozen? Why can't they just be refrigerated?
We can go to Bargatze on this.
I really would like to know.
That's your guy.
Yeah.
I love them. I think they were
Such a
something
great
that
thing.
I always looked at and was like, oh, I know I would love that.
Yeah.
I can't have that. That's too dangerous. And I've had 2 today. I'm gonna have 3 more.
Grape or strawberry?
5 a day. Strawberry.
Yeah.
But I'll take down a grape. A grape. Chris had put one in the refrigerator, so I had to have a grape. But I can't wait that 30 to 60 minutes. That's why I don't cook.
60, I don't know about
That's what it says. 30 to 60 minutes for it because I don't want to get a little frozen patch in the middle. That is
No.
very
No,
disappointing.
that's good. No, it
No,
makes
I don't
it better.
like that.
It makes it better.
I want it to be cold in the middle.
30 to 60?
That's what it says.
I think it's 30. Yeah, I think that's regulation.
Oh, I'm going
think
in
30.
Long.
way before
What are you going,
that.
10 minutes?
Yeah, I'm like 10, 12.
Maniac.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But you have moves. You can go double palm. You can go right behind your knee there. Keep it
Yeah.
in there to
Oh,
warm
I
it
sit
up.
on 'em.
Comes in a lot faster.
It's great.
Yeah.
I do. I sit on them and I turn the car heater seats
no.
on, and that
I
we can
thought
get
you
up
were
to 10
kidding.
minutes on that.
What
But
about
it's
those
so good.
glove warmer things that they have? I wonder if you could do something with that.
I put
All
it.
that.
They say don't microwave it. I did it, and I learned why.
Explode.
It just
Soggy?
doesn't. No, it just like makes it not good. The bread doesn't
Yeah.
feel as soft.
That bread is good.
It's not. It can't be bread.
It's bread.
That's not.
man.
That is
It
not.
is,
There's
yeah.
something going on in that
It's
bread.
so good.
It's next level. Don't. If you have any uncrustable curiosity, I'm telling you, don't do it. I don't. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
It's like smoking cigs. Like I just thought, oh, I can just have one, and then I got so sad when it was over. It's just that first bite, and then when
You're
you first
hungry.
reach, but they have a protein in them. I
Yeah.
feel like they're a pretty complete food.
All those football players eat them. We
Yeah.
talked about that.
Yeah, they're
The
big.
numbers in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They're so good.
Yeah, man.
I'm obsessed.
It's a Jif product.
And I just started eating them a week ago, and it's all I can think about or
We're
talk
gonna
about.
get you some, and we're gonna get you some merch.
Yeah,
from
you're
Bargatze.
gonna have to hook that up. We'll make sure he wasn't at that corporate.
I love. Oh man, that's a really good
Yeah, if
point.
Bargatze was at that.
I mean,
You're
he's,
not-
he's
God.
like
they're not even gonna
number
let you
2
have
ranked.
it.
They're gonna
so.
ban me from having them. But wait a second. Okay, with the Uncrustables, it isn't. I think it's the only product that I can think of that is their selling point is what they don't have.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that's the diet stuff, right? They're saying,
I guess.
hey, we don't have
yeah,
this.
sugar
Yeah.
free, but
Yeah.
like,
A physical. Yeah, you're right.
and,
Oh, I wanted to point something.
and the
out.
crusts are donated to feed livestock.
Are they
Yeah, look that up. That was
amazing?
nice.
We missed that.
Yeah. I won't say it's like a
Showing
generous
us
thing
up on our own show
because I'm sure they sell it. I don't think it's donated. I think they just sell it to livestock, and that's a horrible industry. So I'm not saying it's like, wow, that's so great of them, but at least they don't waste it, I guess.
No, they don't waste it.
Yeah.
I wanted to point out something. You were talking about fountain you didn't care for.
Yeah.
There is a little saccharin in the fountain Diet Coke,
Oh.
and there's not in that.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Why?
To keep
Is
it
it just-
flowing.
It's got something to do with that stuff sits longer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you go, and that's what I wanted to ask you, but you're not fast food, but like, because I will only have the 20 ounce. I will if I'm at the comedy club and I'm like, I'm gonna have a Coke tonight.
Yeah.
I leave the comedy club. I don't get because on the gun.
No.
I get there. So I'll go to get the 20 ounce. I'll just walk somewhere, or McDonald's has pretty awesome Coke.
Okay.
McDonald's
heard.
has, and I think they changed I think put a little more sugar in there,
Mhm.
and they keep those things like very, very clean.
Yeah.
But I was going to ask you is if you don't go to McDonald's, have you ever tried their Diet Coke?
No, but
Have
I've heard
you?
it's the best.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think I've probably had one, but I don't think it can be that much better. But I do like a straw situation.
Yeah, man. And
Yeah.
McDonald's has some good straws.
Do they?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
They got like wide and even wider now.
I don't like Starbucks where it's like you have to ask for a straw now
Yep.
and seem you're so embarrassed. Can you have a straw? And they look at you like, oh God, and they have to walk away from heating up whatever they're working on, and they're like, "Oh, here you go," and then they hand you the wrong size, and you're like, "Can I get it smaller?" It's just
Who's
so
this
humiliating.
person that's asking for a straw that you're doing an impression of?
It's me. It's me feeling so
I
bad
just have
about
never-
burdening Starbucks employees who seem stressed out enough, and they don't need me. They have to write on the cups now.
Nobody
Oh,
knows
yeah.
this. Well, you've done it in I've seen you do it on a couple of places, but like if Nikki does a character, it's my favorite thing, and it's just an underutilized tool in my opinion. And the Nikki Glaser,
Thank you.
it's like when she does her mom, Lizzie Cooperman, this friend of ours that she used to do it. Like when she does a character, it is so specific and
Yeah.
so.
But the characters are so okay. When you do like a voice, it's too risky for me because it's like the first pitch thing. Like people are like, "Do it! Oh my god, do it!" And then if you don't do it exactly
Yeah.
the way they want, I mean, you're used to this of like do an impression, and then you do it, and everyone goes, "Okay," and
No,
they
but-
kind of look up, move
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
because it's not exactly the way they remembered you doing it, and it kind of like.
No, that's why I'm not
It's
saying
just-
do it. I'm saying, but you sneak them in every now and then on
Right,
stuff, and I'm
right.
just like, yeah.
It's a nice little thing to have
yeah.
in your back pocket where it's
Yeah.
like, "Whoa, you really sounded like that person a lot." And then
Jennifer
people go,
Aniston
"Whoa."
one time on Conan, maybe.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
that.
that was
yeah, that was
great.
fun.
Yeah,
Because
that
you don't
was-
have to say anything. You just
Yeah.
go, that's so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did me on when you were reading that YouTube,
Oh, God,
the Sphere,
yeah.
and then I was listening back, and
Yeah.
Heather listened and some other people, and they were crying.
Yeah, it's
because you were
easy
just in
to
the
do
moment
you.
doing
And if
it,
I'm
and it's
reading
so
something,
good.
it's in your voice. It's
Yeah.
much easier than coming up with my own thing to say. So it's
Oh,
that
made
was
me
so
laugh
fun.
so hard because I just sound so
Nick,
neurotic
I'm so
and crazy.
sorry. Oh God, I
Oh,
sent
yeah.
you there. You
You
know what? I'm gonna
hated
talk
it.
to the Coldplay forums on this one. I gotta take the hit on this one. My boy, yeah, you were when I went to the Sphere and you two was so severely disappointing. And
she
Sean
hated
was
it.
like, "I'm so sorry." I was like, "I was gonna go anyway. You're not responsible for this in any way." You were like, it was like I was talking to their tour manager or something. You're
I
like,
felt
"We
like-
gotta work on that one number. He's doing the thing with the ropes.
Oh,
It's
yeah, the
embarrassing.
rope. Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what?
That bomb.
The
that rope
Edge's
thing.
wife got involved.
Yeah, she got COVID, and it was a whole mess. Yeah, that was just.
It was so funny to be like, and then at one point Bono was doing like hopscotch. He's like, "Oh God, he didn't do the hopscotch. We thought he dropped that back in September. That's back. I gotta talk to my boys. I'm gonna get on the forums. We're gonna get this straightened out." I'm like, "What power do you have in this universe?"
None.
You go, "I swear to God, I'm not going to see them for 2 years."
I was mad.
It's heartbreaking.
I was mad.
You were so upset
Because they didn't follow the script that show
It
from what
was-
she was telling me. They pulled out
Hopscotch?
some.
Oh, he was, you know.
It's like, yeah.
You have the
It's-
Sphere to work with, you know, like it's one of the most incredible venues, these screens that go all the way up. It's like an IMAX experience. And I would say 80% of the U2 show that everyone talked about, I could not find a bad review of it anywhere. Anywhere. I think I found one bad review, but it was talking about how their music was bad. And I was like, no, the show was good. They sounded great. It was the lack of visuals. When you have this, I don't even care if you put up the flying toasters from like a screensaver. You can't. They were 80% of their thing. They used only just
Part of
a movie theater sized portion of the screen, and you can go all the way up. Just extend it. We were sitting there like, what is going on? We left early, and we were the only. You ever go to a show and you're like, why am I the only one who thinks this is bad? It made us all feel crazy. And then we went to a restaurant, and we were just reading Sean's text messages. Literally cry. I don't think I've cried laughing before or since for years. Like I was laughing so hard at how worked up you got and how you took it on.
Oh, I was so sour because I was just like, this is the time of your life. Like, I'm all in of how good this is going to be.
Yeah.
And then you read
I
it on
just
your
gotta find
podcast.
it.
You read it on your actual podcast.
It's too funny.
And that's how I
because I don't
saw
want
it.
people to have to go find it. It's just I'm sure it's right here.
But she got, it was.
Oh, you got it?
It was just a bad beat.
I
It was
mean,
a bad.
it was-
and they were off that night. And I think that was that Super Bowl weekend, and the numbers were low, and people were just coming in on cheaper tickets. And
Numbers
You know.
low for you too.
yeah, man, I don't know if it sold out.
That makes me feel
particular
better
show.
about some of the shows.
Or at least the third or the secondary market wasn't selling well because it was like I think the Saturday before the Super Bowl. I believe that's when she.
Yeah.
However, on the flip side, I will say, and
Yeah.
I know we're gonna have a bit better attitude in this. We saw him thanks to you
Oh yeah.
in New York City at the Apollo in Harlem. You're talking about greatest moment of my life.
Boom.
Oh yeah, she
Thanks
did
to
that
this.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think about that at least once a week.
We were so
4
nice.
feet. That was
I
so
mean,
nice.
well, the
You
thing
made it
is,
happen.
That's
as
what she was
someone-
saying. She was saying she was so nice.
I know.
good.
Again,
Okay.
here's a story of me just being so generous when I had nothing to gain from it, and I still don't. No, that was as I love when someone is as big of a fan as I am of like I get obsessed with bands and they become my identity. So to find someone that
Yes.
you care about bands as much as I do, and then I was invited to go see this band in a really cool, intimate setting that so many fans, I was like, I can't wait to give this gift. Like, it's like just getting a specific gift for someone. It was so fun.
Oh,
it was so nice to have you there for that. It was very cool.
It was great. We were 2 rows from the stage. I mean, we were standing room right in like GA, right? It was insane. That was just the craziest moment.
So February 10th, 2024. I said, dude, I'm not joking. I'm not joking you. We are so disappointed. Okay. And by the way, he had talked me up into going to the Sphere. And he's like, you're going to love it. Here's a section you should sit in. I've been there. It's amazing. Yeah. I said, dude, I'm not joking. We are so disappointed. I can't believe how little they use the screens and they didn't do anything cool with them. There was literally one moment where it was kind of cool. We left early. I'm so sorry to report this. No! I'm sorry. You're not wrong that the screens took a dip in the middle, but I thought the screen game was the strongest the first 7 to 8 songs, and the last 8 songs were my favorite part of the screen. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm brainwashed by this band, and so everything they do, it turns gold to me. I take full responsibility. As I shot it to the moon. However, I'll check with my YouTube group. And make sure nothing was off. I'll go scorched earth if there were tech problems. I'm really sorry, Nikki. I said, it's crazy. I can only remember 2 good screens. Well, the last 5 songs are when the screens go berserk. I said, well, we left after the desert scene. We left 2 songs before the end. Oh, bummer. But I understand. The last 4 songs, I thought the screen was magnificent, but they definitely had some dips in the middle. The acoustic part was dumb. No need for any of that. So sorry for my overhyped reaction. I hope you got to enjoy some of the show. Okay, I'm looking into it now. They had a tech issue about a month ago, and the show got compromised. I'll get to the bottom of this. Okay, something went wrong. I don't even know or recognize that picture because I sent him a picture. Oh, that was my favorite at the end, but I get it. I just have such a passion for that band that I can't think clearly. Everything they do, I go bonkers for. I'm really sorry, Nick. I wish you had a better time, but I'm glad you got to see him. Next time we're out, lunch and dinner on me. I oversold it. This is on me. And it was like, thinking you owe me lunch and dinner because of Bono's mediocrity is making me cry. It's painful, but it's got to be done. In fact, you know what? I'm done. You 2 can go pound sand. They're out. Coldplay, you're back. I'm jumping back in the pool. We don't need this kind of aggravation. Knock off Ice Capades graphics. I'm done. I'm still buying you both lunch and dinner though. It has to be that way. Then we can eat and have a book, t-shirt, CD, and end the relationship ceremony afterwards. After that, right back to my computer and back on the Chris Martin's good side. Oh my God. You throwing them on you getting on the forums to investigate what went wrong. Oh, they had tech issues. Okay, it looks like there was a tech issue in the 3rd act.
Somebody got COVID. Yes, I know exactly what happened.
Oh, good news is they missed it because the band just got over COVID, so they didn't do it. Oh, man, here's the problem. It was the Edge. His wife was in on it. Bono wanted no part of this hopscotch nonsense, but didn't want to offend Edge's wife. Oh, man, here we go. Let's just prance around this nonsensical balloon, and next we bring out the seesaw. It was abhorrent, but I gave him the pass to keep the wife happy. But to bring it back, this is repugnant. And I need to rethink this band altogether. Next year, the drummer is going to start jumping rope during a guitar solo. Hey, listen, I'll tweet at some people and do some damage control. As if you have any...
None. 0.
Any bearing on their set list or that stage choreography. You getting on those forums and oh my God, I gotta do some investigating.
Coming from a good place, that's all.
Oh my God. And you wanted to have a t-shirt CD burning ceremony just because I was unhappy with it.
I was just so proud of my
You're such a good friend.
I was so proud of that recommendation.
It was so funny. Oh, Nick. Oh, my God. It's one of my most proud. I need to get those texts framed. They made me so happy. They still make me cry.
I was just so proud that you were calling and you hated it so much. Like the top 5 worst experience in entertainment you've ever had. And I was convinced I would have bet my lungs. You had been like,
but
this is the greatest.
everyone loved it. Because we were looking online to be like, did anyone else feel like they underused the graphics? And no one complained. It was just me. And you had my back. I love that you were like, you didn't make excuses. He burned it to the ground. That's a good friend.
That he is. He is, man. He's
I
a
will
good
say,
friend.
man, ever since like Backstreet Boys were just there and they're going nuts with the
People
screen.
Oh, they know what they're
Like,
doing
it
with the
is
screens now.
wild.
Yeah.
Like they made you too. Just
But
look
that's
like,
the thing is everyone goes, they're really expensive to make those graphics. And I go, they're really? Okay. Well, if I were Bono sitting out at a rehearsal, a sound check, and watching what we had going on, I'd take a pay cut to make it better. You know, like you have to fill that space.
Oh, is that what you two was? They were saying it's too expensive to
Well,
make
that's
it
what
better?
everyone was saying to me. Like, hey, Nick, you don't understand. The screens are really expensive. It's like, well, it's you too.
Yeah,
Just-
then take the ticket price up 10
Yeah.
bucks.
They were so early. I think they were just like,
were the original.
we're in the sphere. We're in the sphere. And then everybody else has figured out how to nail it. It's especially Fish, Grateful Dead, and now Backstreet Boys. You hear they're all just crushing it. U2 was like, we're just in the sphere. This is good enough. And
Yeah.
What do you think? Taylor will go there?
no.
You know,
No.
I
She
don't
has
think
nothing
it's
to
out
win.
Of, I don't
Really?
think it's out of question. I mean, I think with this new album, Life of a Showgirl, it's, Vegas-y themed. And I think that she would love to just be in one place for a while. But it would have to be that would be my dream show to see her at the Sphere. But I think that she should do a bigger venue. I think it's just.
If she underperforms on the graphics, are you going to call it straight?
Yeah.
I would, but she wouldn't. That girl
She
does
won't.
not
She won't.
spare a cost to make the experience as good as it can be. But I will say, I just and with Vegas, all like the kind of there's a lot going on the internet right now with Vegas is dying. It's empty.
I know. I just saw
and I'm
this
like,
stuff.
I feel like Vegas could say, Taylor, come here and we
Whatever
will
you
give
want.
you whatever you want.
Yeah.
And you bring the city back to life, and it would work. She's the only one that could do it. I mean, they got Adele, they get Celine, they get
the Eagles, Backstreet
Ashley
Boys.
Simpson. It's like there's no one that could bring a city back to life like that. I mean, she did it every city she went to. So I feel like it's kind of. I almost suspect that all of the chatter about Vegas being dead is almost like
Just a play?
Yeah, like to gear us up to like, oh, Vegas is back, and to like
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just something suspicious about it to me, but I'm like, oh, it could all align, and then she would just live in Vegas. It would be awesome.
And no
I mean, as someone who travels all the time, wouldn't you love to do? Isn't there part of you that would love to do
quick
a
flight
residence?
from Kansas City, too. It's right there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she just pop on that Southwest flight. She could be boarding Group A for the rest of her life. She's going to use my tray table method.
Did you know about the new album?
Did I know about
I
it?
mean, in a sense, like, did you have any intel that, like, hey, she's gonna announce it, or were you just as like me, like, oh, here's this thing?
No,
She's kept the lid on it.
Well, I definitely, I have not. I'm the only one. Not the only one, but I definitely have always thought she's going to announce a new album every time there's been any kind of. And people go, "It's too soon." I'm like, you don't understand this woman's output. Like, it's so great to be a Taylor Swift fan because how often does U2 put out new stuff?
Sloppy lately. I mean, but they've
They're
been around
pretty
since 80.
consistent. Yeah.
They've been around since 80, but they're like every 5 years now.
But we are getting something every 10 months, and we are getting drops of like a 31 track album that, and it's just, it's the greatest. So it's extremely intimidating to see someone that works that hard and has that output when they're on tour and is also making a new album.
You like her, Tim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like her.
Are you in, Greg?
What is not
Yeah,
to
I'm in.
like?
I'm in.
No, she really is, and you really
She's
did it.
once in a millennia artist.
You did it. That song, that whole. I texted you a couple
Oh
weeks ago.
yeah.
I mean, I cannot listen to it and not cry. It
Oh,
is
yeah.
It is
So,
my whole sky.
Mark Maron's
yeah.
sampled one of her songs for his special. Have you watched his new special? You guys?
Yeah.
No.
I did.
It's so good.
Is it?
It's
Yeah.
really good. It's
Yeah,
on
yeah.
HBO. It's the
I've
latest
always
one.
thought he was funny, man.
He's at
Always.
the top of his game, and he's just like doing some call out stuff that's really refreshing. And he just, all these guys, you just wish they get to a point where people. I guess I'm projecting me as an artist. I can't wait to get to a point where I really don't care. Like I'm always trying to be that because that's what comedians are supposed to do, of like not worry about what people think and just say what's truest. But there's all these things that you worry about because you have to work with certain people and you don't want to burn any bridges and you just want you want everyone to like you, and he's just not playing that one anymore. And he's
No.
and it's really well written stuff, and it's emotional. And then he ends with a bit where he plays a Taylor Swift song like on his phone, like he just puts the microphone up and he plays it on his phone, and it's a song about he had like a near-death experience, and he was listening to this album, and he was trying to give, Taylor Swift a shot, and he's like, why is she so popular? So he listens to the album, and he's like, okay, I get it. It's not for me, but I get it. And he's on this hike, and then this one song comes on, and it just triggers something in him that overwhelms him to the point of like sobbing, crying. He's on top of this mountain, and he has this moment, and then he like faints, and he plays the song. He just plays a snippet of it, and it's really funny because he kind of narrates it as it goes, like as she's and it's for me as a Swiftie who's always been trying to get people into her music, like it's so nice to see someone like Mark Maron, who had listened to the other songs and was like, it's I get why it's popular, but it's not for me, to see him finally, like, because that's what happens with Taylor Swift. You just listen, you go, okay, it's good, either you like it or you don't. But then if you start listening to the lyrics at some point, you go, oh my
100%.
God, what is going on here? And this song really does that. And then Sean wrote to me and was like, I just listened to that song, Bigger Than the Whole Sky. I'm sobbing right now.
It was a very powerful song.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it. It was, I saw the thing, I heard it, I was like, well, that sounds, and then I just literally played it once, and I'm like, oh, wow. And I don't text you much about her, so it's not like.
I loved it.
What was going on when this wasn't the 16 Slim Jim thing, was it?
Did you have 16 Slim Jims?
It's going so well today, and you just got to get me going.
Did you reveal that to him, or did he witness it?
No, I went public with it. I'm doing this no sugar thing, so I'm eating like protein, and I had a meltdown, so I'm like, I can't have sugar. I'm in the hotel, and I'm binge eater. That's my
same.
Me too.
10 Diet Cokes for somebody. It's 20 Slim Jims for me, or something disgusting.
I do it with everything.
Yeah, just wrappers in the bed, in my hair, in the pillow, tripping on them. Just a monster. And
because once you eat 4,
that Taylor Swift thing.
What's 5?
Well, there you go.
And then once you eat 5, what's 6? Because at some point you just go, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yes.
And then you just keep going, and that's how 16. I understand it completely, but that did.
Not to defend my actions, they were the minis, so it wasn't like those 3-yard things.
That's different.
But still bad. Still bad. But yeah, I'm with you. It's like, all right, the garage is already burned down. The living room's destroyed. But just burn the whole house down.
Yeah.
What do
let's
I
just
care?
go hard.
That's how I look at it.
What made you stop? You ran out? The vending machine broke?
What did make me stop? No, I mean, I think 16 to 20. And I was like, all right,
Passed
I'm full.
Out? Tired?
So
full?
I don't know if I died.
Sick?
I mean,
I don't know if I died.
I don't know what happened. I know Tim got me in the elevator the next day because I can't ride elevators. So
he has to have Tim ride the elevator with him.
Oh, if you have a service human with you, you can. Well,
Tim has got such a good attitude about it, where everyone else is like, "Stop being a baby, grow up. Hey, get over this. This is happening." And Tim has just been the best friend in the world when it comes to elevators. To elevator rides. He's
the best friend in the world.
Mean about it, but he's just kind of like, come on,
Tim
man,
is the best friend.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, he's never heckled me on the elevator thing. All right, it's a phobia. I work on it. I talk to therapists about it.
So if you go in with someone who's understanding of it, you can kind of get through it.
Yeah. I'm in peace of mind with somebody. Like yesterday, the Cardinal game we were in. Now that we had to go up the elevator to the box, and that was like, okay, I like there's people here. However, there's like 30 people in this elevator.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, we got 2 pros working the buttons.
Is your fear a stuck or a plummet?
Stuck. Never a plummet. You could put me
stuck.
up. A stuck is the
never a plummet.
Oh, yeah. Plummet. You can put me up.
Why would you say plummet?
I'm trying to unlock something new here. I feel like the fear isn't. I need to give him reason for the fear that he can give to people. I'm scared of the plummet.
Oh, yeah. No, plummet's fine.
Okay.
I'll just jump when it hits,
so
I'll be fine.
you'll never get out, or you'll have to.
Yeah, the bell won't work. My cell phone's dead.
Have you read stories of this happening?
Yeah. Actually, it happened in New York City. I think.
I know the exact case.
A long time ago. Where,
but he got out.
72 hours or something. It was
a
weekend thing.
Yeah. But he went crazy.
But just tell
us. And it ruined his life.
72 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went like crazy.
Oh, man.
You think you're just going to die of starvation or dehydration in this thing. I mean.
Nah, man, I did a 60-hour fast. You're fine.
Oh, that's true, man. Yeah, you can go at least 60. So.
But no, there's a.
I don't know. Yeah,
I have sympathy for irrational fears because people have them all the time.
Very irrational. So.
Yeah,
but I'm saying
you just can't help which one chooses you. When did that start for you? Were you always? Oh, did a parent?
Stuck. Anything that if I'm trapped.
Got it.
Now, so people are like, well, how do you do the airplanes? Which is interesting because I used to have a real problem departing the plane.
Because it could be stuck on the tarmac?
That, and then everyone gets up all at once to just hog
I
out of
remember
there.
this. Yes.
And it's like, just sit down, row by row, and we'll be fine.
Okay, so you're worried about like a pandemonium situation where everyone's kind of just like their anxieties are you're kind of absorbing
people
them.
get off a plane, they're agitated, they're ready for the next flight.
Yeah.
You know, You're gonna make fun of me because it's not relatable.
No, I'm not.
What is your irrational fear? Do you have any?
Heights?
Like phobias?
Although that's not
Heights?
irrational.
Heights are terribly.
That's not even irrational.
No,
That's
it
common.
can be at
Oh,
times
it's totally
where it's like
irrational. Yeah,
irrational. It can be irrational when
I
it's so
freaked out
safe
on the
and
Eiffel Tower this spring. I freaked
the
out.
Eiffel Tower. Really?
Yeah, because I don't mind enclosed heights, but if I can see over the thing, like there's a fence, and then you're just like, oh, I could just jump over.
Oh, that's the thing.
I
yeah.
can't take it.
I love there was this episode of Louie once where he was on a date with Parker Posey, and she was kind of like an out there kind of girl, and they go up on some kind of a building, and she's sitting on the ledge, and he's like, get back from there, get back. And she's like, why? And he's like, because you could fall. And she goes, but I know I'm not going to jump. You think you might jump, but I know I'm not. Yeah. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
The fear of heights is that you have a fear that you might hurl yourself over in some kind of compulsion but why would you if we don't trust ourselves almost. But heights are, I mean, it's biological. Like you look over, if I see, your whole body tingles. If I watch someone free solo climbing on my phone.
Yeah, no, I get like low. These two women.
Oh, I can't stand ledge heads. People that just get on the ledge and love to flirt with the ledge.
Oh, these two women that were attractive women. I said I wasn't going to say
Oh,
that
there
ever
you go.
again.
Were they pretty?
And he's back, guys.
I was told I
They
could
were
not
pretty.
call anybody a
Yeah,
drunk.
it sounds almost worse than like hot.
Yes, exactly.
These two
Say it.
nines,
Yeah, they just say that. Just call them 9s or 10s.
Two.
No, I'm a liar on my own podcast.
Okay,
They
these
were
attractive
attractive.
women.
No,
All right.
Just say very
They
pretty.
just pointed at me and laughed because I was like this, and they couldn't get enough of me, like not being able to go.
Yeah.
And then
It's
Nate
sweet.
and his daughter were terrorizing me at the top of this.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It was traumatic. Yeah. I don't.
Tim, any irrational fears?
I don't think so. Not that I can think of. Not the heights.
Yeah.
Or
Nothing?
The,
No spiders, no bugs, no snakes.
I don't like snakes.
Not really.
Yeah. My only one where I have like a panic attack is when I'm not driving a car. I don't like buses. I know bus drivers are some of the most highly skilled drivers there are, but there's just like driving at night, I feel like they're gonna fall asleep. I'm like always checking, like, is the driver awake? And it's always on buses. It's never on like an Uber.
Wow.
But if we're driving 2-lane highways where you're both going at each other over 30 miles an hour, I lose my mind because
Really?
because the measure of a head-on collision versus not is
right.
this.
6 inches.
Yeah.
Is looking at your text message or imagine like a bug is on you, you're like, like it's in your car or something. Like it just is so minute to have the worst kind of car crash imaginable head on going 60 miles an hour each. That's I can't handle it.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm just like, one time whenever I do casinos, there's always, you have to drive 2 hours on a 2-lane highway. And I get there and I'm so exhausted because I'm just in fight or flight the whole time. Yeah, I can't do that. I'd rather go like a circuitous route that's like takes 4 hours than an hour and a half on a 2-lane highway. I'm just so scared. I always research like, how are there not more car accidents on this? For a while when I was a kid, one of the dumbest things that I ever realized about myself was that, you know how like when there's a memorial of someone that's died on a road, it's always like there's like a cross on the side of the road.
Yeah. Right.
Until probably my mid-20s, I was like, it's so weird that everyone always dies on the side of the road and never like on the road. I was like, it must just always like the death must occur once they pull them out to the side or something.
That's probably how they're scoring.
If it was on the road, they would have a cross in the middle.
of the road. I never went that far to even think that.
Yeah,
I was
you would
like,
just
it's
drive
so
around.
peculiar. It's always on the side. I guess in the middle of the road, people just don't die as often.
That's such a child thing where it's
It
like,
was
it has to
so
be so
cute.
specific. Like,
But it took me so long
Yeah.
to even, and then I just remember one time going, oh my God. When you put it all together.
Dude, I feel if Greg and I go early, he'll be on the side of the road. He is just a maniac crossing streets. We were in Portland last week, and I mean, he just goes. He just trusts the
worry.
car. I mean, you got to play defense as a walker.
I'm a
at least in that
jaywalker.
situation.
But
But
I mean-
about jaywalking,
you-
man. You just go. Like you don't look a lot, and like not that we have the right of way, but it doesn't matter. They don't care.
You got to make sure they see you.
Oh my God, Greg. Yeah. Be careful. That is such an embarrassing way to go.
Yeah, I don't want.
That's the thing is like sometimes Chris doesn't wear a seatbelt, and I go, "Do you really want to be the guy that dies in a car accident because you weren't wearing a seatbelt? Do you really want that to? That's so embarrassing."
So if I go that way, if I go jaywalking and you guys are on the podcast, what are you guys gonna say?
Well, I'll go.
Like, ugh.
This was so easily avoidable.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just. And accidents do happen, but when it's something that's like, come on, man, look both ways.
Yeah.
It's like, you know. But just hold his hand.
I don't trust myself. Yeah. I can't believe I said
But I was going to say your driving is a problem. Has that improved?
Well,
No.
no. I mean, I'm not a good driver.
Not at all.
But I was.
What is that? Why are you
when
not
I
a good
was,
driver?
When I drove you places,
I felt
you never
safe.
had a problem with it.
No.
Because
Not
Sean
that I
was like,
told
was he
you.
bad? Was he bad? And you're like, no, he was pretty good.
No, you do look at your phone a lot and look
Yeah.
up, and then you get kind of stuck looking down. And
I'm going to change my ways, though.
Yeah,
No, I'm
you've
gonna.
been saying that since 06.
Aren't
man.
there laws now in place where you can't look
What do
at
you
your
mean?
phone?
Like you're not even supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to change my ways.
But why are you bad driver? Like when people say they're bad drivers, I'm like, what does that? Why can't you remedy that? Why do you just accept it about yourself? Like why?
Well, Nikki, there's stuff you're not good at.
No,
I don't know
that's
what
true.
it is.
Hey, let's not deflect.
But I
Now
just.
No,
what do you think? Are you also bad at like other things that are involve like riding a bike and stuff?
No, it's completely selfish and almost narcissistic and irresponsible that I'm a bad driver. It is. It's all on me.
But what does it mean when you say
start.
that you hit things a
Start.
lot? You're not paying attention. You just don't think you're paying attention
Not
enough.
paying attention.
ADD. Yeah.
You're not
that
paying
makes sense.
attention. Probably, looking for some sort of dopamine fix that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
that
I have friends that don't have any sense of how long a mile is. I'm not kidding you. I have two
that's
girlfriends
interesting.
who are mileage blind. Like I'll be driving with them and we'll be going to a restaurant and it'll be on the GPS. You know, like you can see like, 0.2 miles ahead. I remember one time it was 0.4 miles ahead and my friend was slowing down looking and I go,
Oh, that's
well,
funny.
it's not anywhere. What are you doing? It's nowhere near here. And she goes, it says 0.4. I don't know what that means. And I go, what do you mean you don't know what that means? It's a little less than half a mile. And she goes, well, you know what a mile is because you run. And I was like,
Nice
no,
pivot.
how do you not know what a mile is? But
Yeah.
this is a common thing. And these are like really smart, intelligent friends that I have are just like, I just
Horrible
don't,
on the track
I
team,
just
though.
don't
Yeah.
understand what
Yeah.
that is.
That's.
And sometimes you get an Uber driver who you see the dot where they're supposed to end, and
And
they are like slowing down before it, and you go, "What's happening
Yeah,
here?"
they're in the
But it's
weeds.
just, I think some people have that kind of spatial difficulty.
That is a thing. Spatial something or whatever. My mom had that.
Really? What like in what ways would it
Just, she was not good with directions.
like
Sean's that
driving?
way. Sean's
Oh, yeah. I GPS here still. A year later.
No, if I don't have if I don't learn it, I don't know how to get out. Like if I go to a dentist's office or a doctor's office and they just walk me back to, a room that's maybe 2 feet from the waiting room, I will not remember the direction I came in and I will always be lost. Like I went on stage this weekend in Irvine, walked on stage, did my whole hour. And then I walked off the wrong way, got lost. It was a curtain against the wall. So I go, I'm just going to fake like I made it my way out. And then the guy got over the thing and goes, Nikki, the other way. And I had to emerge from the wall. And they were like, so sorry we didn't tell you. And I go, why would you need to tell me? How do I not remember what side I came in?
That's great.
I have no sense of that direction at all.
Henry has some bit like that where he got off.
Oh, the elevator?
The elevator
I think about
thing.
him every single time.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
because you get off an elevator a lot of times
There's
and you
like a
don't know
mirror or
which
something.
side is the hallway and which
Yeah.
side is just like a dead end. And he got off confidently off he's in the elevator with some attractive ladies. And he got off and he just took
would
a
say
sharp
that?
left really confidently and realized it was just a wall, but he was too embarrassed because the elevator doors hadn't shut yet. So he's too embarrassed to just like circle back around and be like, oh, I went the wrong way and look like an idiot. So he just held back against the wall so they wouldn't see him. And then he looks and there's a mirror that is, he
So
can see
good.
them in the mirror seeing him as the door's shut and he's just up against the wall. Like he's
So good.
it's so funny. There's nothing. I think my favorite kind of comedy is when someone's trying to look cool and ends up looking dumb and is aware of it.
Yeah.
It's like there's just something so great about like Rachel Feinstein. Just like my favorite jokes of hers are always about how she like I'll get ready and I'll look really pretty. Like for my wedding, I'm walking down the aisle and I'm feeling like the most beautiful I've ever felt in my life. And my husband's just like, they did good with your makeup. And just instantly having it taken from you. It's so funny. That's my favorite. I think that's my favorite kind of comedy. It's just this confidence, thinking you really are doing something like really cool and just having it taken from you. Like I always tell her to put this in her act, but I only heard her do it in her vows with her husband. And she said that when she first met him, she loves that he just has done so much in his life, and she always is uncovering new things about him, and she thinks she knows him, and then there's just some other things that she's like, wow, he has this whole other side to him. And she was talking about how when she first got with him, she booked like a movie, and she was really excited because they were gonna, maybe a couple months into dating, and she's like, I'm on this movie and I get to bring him to set to be like, and he's gonna be like, oh my God, she's like a movie star and I'm dating this like amazing woman who's on this incredible set. And she kind of was like waiting to dazzle on him. He's on set and he's kind of like leaned back in a director's chair, and she goes, she's just kind of trying to lead the witness. She's like, isn't this kind of just insane that we're on this movie set? And he goes, yeah, I've been on a movie set before. She goes, what? He goes, I played a goon in a movie once. She goes, what are you even talking about? You played a goon? He was like, yeah, I played a goon in this movie once. He goes, yeah, crafty on this set's not bad. She goes, why do you do crafty? Just taking the sails out, or the wind out of her sails immediately. It's just so fun.
That's great.
That's why I love your joke about me, Greg, is that I was going to, that's been one of my favorite things of my career, is being featured in one of your bits.
Joke about the Starbucks.
When we went to Starbucks, is that I was so confidently walking into this bathroom because you had built me up to feel good about this decision that I was so nervous about. But I was like, you know what? Yeah, I can go to the bathroom just like Greg, and just like making my way downtown, and then you going, oh man, you can't use that bathroom. Just humiliated immediately.
She was so mad at me.
Fun.
Oh yeah, she looked at me like I hate
But I
you so
appreciated
much.
it.
Yeah. Well, the thing
you're
was,
committed to the bit.
I did, because I didn't think the Starbucks people would be in on it. Yeah.
Oh, they were immediately like, ma'am, you can't do this.
He's right, man. You can't go in there.
there.
You're like, oh, yeah.
That was the salesman, right?
That was in the salesman.
Yeah.
That was
so fun.
Yeah. Because you were there when I did it.
Yeah.
That was you and
really
Chris
cool.
were there. That was awesome, man.
No, that's like one of the coolest things ever, is when you get name checked in someone's bit. That's like, that makes you feel so cool.
I think you were in like my Comedy Central special, which you were so young back then, but I think there was a bit.
I think there was one line where
there was
I
like
felt
a line
so cool.
Yeah, that I was like, because it was like something that you told me or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't believe I said attractive. I swore I would never say attractive or pretty ever again.
Why not pretty? What are you supposed to say? I don't understand.
It's not that he says it. It's that he doesn't know he's doing it. Here's the problem. What he's doing, subconsciously, he doesn't know he's doing it. We're on like 50 episodes, and about 45 of them, he somehow will bring up a story about his friend from high school, and for some reason, he will then just reference that he's married and his wife's very pretty, or they have beautiful kids.
Right.
And he just does it episode after episode, and Tim and I are like, what is he doing?
Well, now you got to keep it up, because if I'm a wife listening in on my friend's or my husband's friend's podcast, and he brings up my husband and he doesn't say attractive, I'm going, what?
No, so we gave away some Converse shoes to the funniest comment, and it's C. Moriarty, who we met. She came to our show in Portland, and she was the one that was like basically
somebody
said, like,
wrote in.
If you had a dime for every time Greg calls a woman pretty or attractive, and Courtney was in here, and of course everybody's laughing, and I'm the idiot. And then
it is, but it's just that's who you are. You're just a polite guy. Like you're being descriptive. You're setting the stage, and
I'm never calling anybody attractive again.
Who doesn't want to be called attractive, and who doesn't want to have their to be like, he's married to an attractive woman? That's a good thing for everyone.
It wasn't he do anything wrong. It's just
a thing he does a lot.
Every episode, like. Tim and I have maybe said that, being like, oh yeah, so and so, she's hot. Like Rachel Feinstein. I'll say she's hot.
Yeah,
I can say that. I love Rachel Feinstein.
Yeah,
so beautiful.
Oh no, you are.
But
obsessed.
if I did that if I did that every show.
She never believes me. I'm like, Sean is literally obsessed with you. He thinks you're the hot. Like,
she's the pretty.
Chris does too. Chris is always like, geez, did you see that clip of Rachel? I'm like, she doesn't know that people feel this way. She's like, they're just being nice.
Funny.
No.
No,
she was in Westport years ago, and that's when I was driving comics around. I got to pick her up. I'm like, yes. And then I was like, is she gonna be cool? So cool.
The coolest.
She's like, let's
the
get
prettiest.
lunch. You go to the
So
gym. I was
fun.
like,
So
never
funny.
go home. Just move
I know.
here. We
Isn't
can
she
make it work. Even just, I know I'm not we. It's like I'm with you. Just like you live here, and then we'll just hang out every other day. And yeah, I love her. So, but anyways, so that's what we had to bust at Greg about. We were talking about the Greg everyone's track.
No, that's how Greg
So you know that
talks.
C. Moriarty came to the show?
Oh yeah,
the
I do
shoes,
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a comment.
Yeah, you want to just go ahead and do a couple comments. We probably won't do full comments.
Yeah.
But yeah. We're going to do a couple of comments. Tim's Country Club consumer comments. Convy's Country Club. What is it?
Still
John?
funny.
Country Club Courtier I don't know. Something
Coterie.
alliteration.
Tim,
okay.
the running gag is Tim doesn't think that he's going to be a member of a country club anytime soon, and Sean and I both know that he will. And Randy knows
yeah.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself, Tim.
Yeah.
Seymour
He's really tickled by this bit.
It's a great move.
It's
Don't
exhausting
address
him.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just don't. And see, that's where I'm a sucker. See, I'll address it and I'll fight back and scream from the rooftops.
No, Tim
which
just
gets
takes
me
it
in
on the
trouble.
chin. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
he just if you still go quiet and then moving on as he is.
It's me, Seymour RCB. I met Greg and Sean after the Portland show and introduced myself as the Converse winner. I told Greg if he mentioned me, he had to tell everyone I was attractive. He passionately declared he passionately declared that he'd never call anyone pretty again, and repeated it on today's episode. I just think it's kind of funny because he called a woman in the audience pretty during his set.
Oh, boy.
While I was sitting a few rows away, he asked if she went to a certain college, and when she denied it,
Ooh,
he
this
said,
is getting worse.
he said,
no.
yeah, you're too. He said, did you go to such and such place? She said no. And he goes, yeah, you're too pretty to go there.
Oh boy.
Greg,
God.
before you get too indignant, just know I'll be auditing your shows from now on. It's a problem, man.
Boy, I didn't even know that was out there.
Yeah.
And boy, she's another one. She was fun, but she put salt in the wound. She gave me a gift bag, and then I gave her a shirt. I was like, fair deal. And it was the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
It was a tub of Skippy and Nutella.
Ouch.
So it's taking
You don't
shots.
do that on this. That's
Not
not do
cool.
that.
I know. I listen. I'm.
You
neutral.
didn't take it, did you?
I threw it out.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I really did. I'll just. But I will.
That's disrespectful, Seymour.
I know. So maybe she's got to send the shoes back. That's going to be your call, man. That's between you, her, and her pretty friend.
I'm still a fan of that. I'm a fan of that comment. These are on the Tabasco episode, which was just last week. S. Murphy 006 says, you guys are off the rails today. This episode brought to you by ADHD.
Oh, yeah.
Just kicking us.
Yeah.
Brent,
Who's your guest?
Nobody.
we were pretty hyper last week. Oh yeah, because
we were pretty hyper.
Consuming Tabasco as well.
Oh, I get it.
Sean had a problem.
It was a little hot. Yeah, I mean,
Really
I was
couldn't take
sampling. I was trying to be a good sport.
Yeah.
And one of them was just too
8
hot.
dots.
Went down the
8
wrong
dots.
too.
The eyes were watering. I'm in pain, and
8 dots of hot sauce on a cracker. 6 dots on my phone.
It was a lot. Yeah, I spilled
Well, 16 Slim Jims over here.
and then
Couldn't take
16
it.
Slim
Yeah.
Jim.
Brett England 192 said, my wife and I visited the tobacco factory on Avery Island. So tobacco is made. They own
Tabasco.
Tabasco. Sorry, they own this island. That's not an island. It's a salt dome. So it is made of salt that comes up from the earth, and that's all that salt is in all the Tabasco that you have, and they own this whole crazy place. So he said, my wife and I visited the Tabasco factory on Avery Island several years ago because Avery Island was the setting for the Scooby-Doo episode, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. The smell of Tabasco in the air was intoxicating. The gift shop sells numerous flavors of the sauce that I've never seen elsewhere. We didn't see any zombies.
Awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's actually. I get that.
Brian Bellamy, 8296, said, my wife's grandma Raquel had a signature salsa. It was given to her by her mom. It was called Not Even Ice Cream Will Help. She made it with gloves on. Everybody would run outside because their eyes were watering. Meanwhile, she's standing there chopping away. No tears, no sweat. It's intense.
This is my nightmare is next week's episode where you read comments about.
Oh.
I can't tune in next week.
What do you think they're going to say about you?
It'd be great.
I'm not about, I hope it's positive.
It will be.
They're going to be thrilled with you.
Okay.
be great.
I guess. I don't
We got
know.
nice people.
They're very funny and they're very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody
I trust that.
anybody takes a hit, it's me.
Are they
Sean
pretty?
takes some hits. Sean takes a few.
I'll take a
hits.
few hits, but it's usually it's not as but it's nothing
Okay.
too even like
Yeah, it's when he
Crazy.
says something stupid.
okay. Tim, do your thing.
And finally, at Maximum Goodness said, when Sean's Nateland showcase comes out, can we call it Bad Batch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
Sean
yeah,
was-
Bad Batch.
That's a good name.
By the way,
It is a good
last
name.
thing on I know people they got fatigue from the
cologne.
Aventis stuff, but she had my back. She always has on that. In fact, yesterday she's like, "You smell really nice."
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's great.
She's
Sean
like,
smells
"Oh, so."
Sean brought
Just another reminder why I love.
Thanks a lot, Nikki.
He brought
I
something to
love-
us, and he's
yeah.
giving it to other people, and he's always goes, must have been a bad batch.
Of cologne.
Yeah, there's different.
Yeah.
There's
But
different.
you don't wear cologne,
types.
do you,
I
Tim?
don't.
No, he
No.
hates it.
No.
He collects pens. Mont Blanc. That's it.
I want to wrap up with some plugs here. You can
Plug
see Nikki Glaser in Everett, Washington on September 11th. She'll be in Seattle, Washington, September. Have you been to Seattle since the special? The last
I don't think
special?
so. Mm-mm.
Pretty cool. Seattle, Washington, September 12th and 13th. More dates at nikkiglaser.com. Greg stuff coming up. He'll be at the Atlanta Punchline September 11th through 13th with the one and only Sean O'Brien. Greg will be in Asheville, North Carolina, September 28th at Eulogy. Greg and I will be in Grand Rapids, Michigan, October 2nd through 4th. We'll be in Madison, October 5th, but that show is sold out. NikkiGlaser.com for Nikki dates, GregWarrenComedy.com for Greg dates, and you can check out my stuff at TimConveyStuff.com.
We are the consumers.
Thanks,
we have
Nikki.
been
Yeah.
consumed.
Thank you guys. So
I'll start
fun.
that. I'll try that
Try
again.
it again.
Okay.
Greg.
You got to give the guest a tip of the cap before
Thank you,
call
Nikki
it a day.
Glaser. This is awesome. We're so glad
So
you're here.
fun.
Yeah, we've
Very
been
I love you
cool.
guys.
looking forward to
Very
this for a
cool.
long time. Thank you. And guys, if you haven't seen Nikki, go see her. She's killing it, and she's very prolific. And I hear she's got like 80 minutes of new material, and makes me sick. because-
Something like that.
Yeah.
But-
It's pretty awesome. Go see her. She's everywhere, and it's going to be a very big venue. Sean, thank you.
Hey, Greg, thank you. And I'm really glad we had a lovely episode. And also, last thing, Greg and I
Yeah.
had a bang up weekend in Portland. No
Yeah.
problems.
Oh,
People
yeah.
were messaging me like, how were the fights?
Oh,
and
the
aggravation.
traveling.
Yeah. Didn't
I
scream
mean,
at each
a lot
other in an
of,
airport.
lot of high fives and hugging, and we're skipping
Oh,
in the
good.
streets. And
Yeah.
because we get into fights on airplanes. Like bad.
Sean screams
Yeah.
at me in airports. Yeah.
I've heard.
He gets a
Yeah.
little sensitive. But I'd say it was a nice trip.
I'm glad it went
and
well.
thanks for everyone checking in on me and
Yeah.
him and our, just our mental health.
Thank you to Tim. Thank you to Randy. We have been Three Rednecks Reading Wikipedia.
Go Bills.